twitch.tv/H1Z1 Live. That's H1Z1 Live on Twitch. So you can go check out that channel as well if you're looking for it. Okay. Perfect. So many of you guys are very, very familiar with H1Z1 King of the Kill. You might be pros yourself watching the games today, but if you don't know very much about the game, we're just going to give a quick overview of H1Z1 King of the Kill, what this game is all about, what we're going to be watching today. Piney, what are we going to be watching today? What's this game all about, H1?
Well, for you guys at home, H1Z1 is a massive arena shooter. Basically, 170 players parachute into the ground empty-handed and have to scavenge for supplies, vehicles, and weapons, basically to fight to the death to be the last man standing. Now, other players aren't the only threats in this game. There's also toxic gas that progressively fills up the map and forces players into a small arena where they are forced to fight to the death.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to die, a lot that can go wrong, and only one winner per game. So I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see how all the players are going to play out.
So telling.
So the format of this tournament, the Showdown tournament that we're going to be watching, this is an online tournament. So all the players are going to be playing from online, from the comfort of their own homes. They have been qualifying into the tournament through the leaderboards for the past couple of weeks. Tell us a little bit about the format of this tournament, how the players have qualified, and what we're going to be looking for as these next games go along.
Perfect. Just like you said, 175 players have been chosen from South America. This is so exciting. These are the best of the best from Seasons 3 and Seasons 4 for H1Z1. Like I said, these are the top players, and the player with the highest score from the 3 matches today is going to come home the winner. I guess they're already home, though, aren't they?
Yeah, this tournament is a little bit different from historic tournaments because every game, or every event, I should say, in this game, H1Z1, has simply been based on playment. Or it's simply based on placement. So if you get second place, you're second. If you get 8th, you're 8th. But this tournament is a little different because it's going to also factor in kills. It's not just where you place, but they're also taking kills into your score. So some players are going to be playing more aggressively. Some players are going to be playing more passively. But the more kills you get, it's also going to affect your score.
Yeah.
So all these players, like none of these players are messing around. We have, like you said, the best of the best players. If you guys are trying to get better at this game yourself, there's a few ways to do that. If you want to be in future events, in future Showdown events, there's going to be more opportunities for you guys in the chat to prove yourself in the game as well. But if you're a new H1Z1 player and you want to learn about the game, there's a very good and helpful resource. And we have the author of that resource right here. Pineapples has written one of the most extensive guides for H1Z1 King of the Kill. I'm going to let him talk a little bit about that guide and where you can find it if you'd like to get that information.
Hey everybody, as Flame Hopper said, yes, my name is Pineapples. I wrote the comprehensive H1Z1 guide, as well as doing YouTube videos, helping players get better at the game, trying to explain the intricacies that come along with H1Z1.
And there are a lot of intricacies, that's for sure.
There is a lot, and it's not documented anywhere, but now it is. If you guys are interested in checking this stuff out, my handle is right below, @Pineapples, whether on Twitch or on YouTube. You guys are more than welcome to check out this content. It is free to everybody. If you are looking to improve at H1Z1 and get better, so maybe you can possibly compete in a showdown of your own in the future, definitely recommend you guys check out these guides, and there is more on the way.
I highly recommend it. Even if you think you know everything about H1Z1 King of the Kill, I've played this game for almost 3,000 hours, and I read through some of the guide, and there were things that I learned that I didn't know before, so it's going to help you for sure. Definitely. Okay, going back to the game. So, what we know, the format of the game, there's 3 games. It's going to be the combined placement and kills of all 3 games to get top 10 players. Let's talk a little bit about the prizes. What are these players playing for? First of all, it is an honor to participate in the event simply by qualifying into the event. That's an honor in and of itself. You get to show your name. You get to show that you're one of the best players for that particular region. But we also have some prizes that the players are going to be playing for. Not only the players competing in the event, but there's also some prizes for you guys out in the chat that I'm sure you are ready for. If you guys are ready for the code, get some hype in the chat for the code that we're going to be giving out in just a little bit. So let's talk about the prizes. What are the players that are in this showdown going to be playing for?
Well, all the participants across the regions are going to be given the animated 2017 AR-15 skin shown on the screen right here with the paint drip effect. Now, that's not the only thing. The top 10 players from each region, so 50 in total, will be receiving the gold animated Showdown AR-15. It's sleek. It's going to be one of the rarest skins, solid gold, glowing.
That's going to be incredibly rare.
Yes, you can show off your pride for your region. If you are rocking the gold AR, this is going to be awarded to 10 players per region only. So it's going to be one of the most exclusive skins in the game. Now,
what everybody's here for.
Exactly. These guys aren't, you know, for you guys at home, you guys are also going to be winners here. Right down below, there is a code on screen to SHOWDOWNSA, SHOWDOWNSA for South America.
There it is, guys. There it is.
You guys can check out at h1z1.com/redeem or on the main menu of H1Z1. You guys can enter this code, and you guys will be awarded a free Showdown AR skin for you guys at home. You know, maybe you guys couldn't participate, but hey, you guys still get something for watching. Now, this code right here has infinite redeems, but it will expire at the end of today's broadcast. If you do miss a chance or you're watching from a VOD, unfortunately you are out of luck, but you will have another chance. If you watch another region, you will have more chances to get the AR skin.
Yep.
You can only have one on your account, though. So if you do get your AR skin today, you know, go give it a test run because you are clear for the rest of the regions.
Yeah. If you want that AR skin, this is your chance. A lot of us don't have AR skins. If you don't have an AR skin yet, this is your opportunity to do so. But again, it's only valid for the duration of the broadcast. We have 3 games with a short break in between each game, so we have approximately 3 hours from now to redeem that code. Like we said, it's unlimited uses, so everybody can get it. Don't worry, you don't have to panic. Don't like run over somebody running to the computer to try to enter that code real quick. But you have some time, and there's the code right there for you to redeem. Perfect. So we got the prizes for the players. We have the prizes for the chat. You guys are here at the right time. Let's go ahead and talk about the games a little bit. We're a few minutes out from the games, but I'm very curious to see how it's going to pan out, because simply placement isn't enough. I mean, if you do place well in all 3 games, you're probably going to do well enough to get one of the gold ARs. But I'm curious to see how the incentive of getting kills is going to affect the playstyles. If players are going to be playing more passively, players are going to be playing more aggressively. But we're going to find out here in just a minute. I think we are about ready to start the game, so we're going to turn over to the Fort Destiny and take a look at the players that are getting ready for the first game of the Showdown.
All the players are getting ready. We are finding ourselves here in the Fort Destiny. This is the waiting lobby. Now, just keep this in mind that this is an online hosted tournament, so players are sitting at the comfort of their own home. So, you know, they are more than capable of...
Look at how acrobatic they are. Everybody's doing backflips.
Look at the backflips, showing the pride.
Holy moly. Acrobatic gamers.
Those emotes, though.
Now, some of the key players we want to be taking a look at. My personal pick that I'm going to be watching is Ghost BR H1. He's a longtime competitive player, not just on the new map, but on the old map as well. He has proven himself multiple times to be a good player. Is there anybody you guys here are looking at?
Well, there's a lot of strong players. There's a lot of strong picks. Like you said, a lot of these players have been around the game for a long, long time, and they've all proven themselves by qualifying through the leaderboard. What about you?
Yeah, you know, Preseason 3 and Preseason 4, we're looking at And1 FPS, who has the #1 spot for both of those seasons. So that is going to be one we're definitely going to be watching. And like you said, you never know when you fall into the map. Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen. There's so much that can go wrong. If you land next to somebody else and they get the weapon first, you're kind of out of luck. But we'll see. I'm sure these players are all taking this game very, very seriously. This is the first game, so we're going to be looking for consistency. The players that are going to get top 10 at the end of this showdown, the players that are going to receive that coveted gold AR, they're going to be the players that can be playing most consistently through the 3 games. If you do well in the first game, you got to continue to do well in game 2 and 3, or else other players are going to surpass you. If you don't do well in the first game, if you get knocked out first, or before 100 basically, you're going to have to be playing more aggressively to play catch up in the next couple of games. So game 1 is probably going to be pretty passive, pretty straightforward, but as the games go along, we might see some different gameplay styles and strategies to try to catch up.
They do want to keep that consistency, though, of their performance, whether that's, getting kills at the start or at the end. But those kills are what's going to matter as well, because that's where the points are going to come from. So camping might not be the best idea, but who knows?
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Anything can happen. I'm looking forward to seeing where the safe zone is going to go, whether it's going to be in one of the cities, whether it's going to be in one of the forests, whether it's going to be in one of the cities. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. A lot of people might be out of their comfort zone. This could be a first tournament for many people, whether established in the community or trying to make a name for themselves here. This can open a lot of doors for people. So it is a high-stake match, not only with the prize. It looks like the players are now
parachuting in. We only see the abandoned shoes in Fort Destiny.
Looks like the match is about to begin. We're going to be taking it over to the players now just in a minute. Now, you'll see that players are scattered throughout the map. Shown here, players now are going to be parachuting down to a safe location and looking for loot, try to survive, and try to get themselves prepared for the rest of the match.
All right, it looks like we got everybody spreading out to the corners of the map. We got some going up north. We got some going up south. Looks like Toxic Monkeys beelining it to the far southwest.
Right now, we're going to be taking a look at over the strip mall. You notice that there's a lot of players landing close to each other here. Some
Cranberry.
players finding themselves in the city. Like here, we have Warsung looking for loot. A very popular streamer. Go Get Tao looking for loot as well. Probably a community favorite amongst you guys.
Yeah.
Our first player.
The first kill.
The first kill
EXE
down.
kill. Oh, he killed Captua. Oh no. Oh no.
First one out of the tournament.
That's tough.
Red
we got
Zoom
another.
Toon
We got
Tap.
another death and another death. There goes Ghost. Miney, there goes your pick.
Ghost BR-H1 taken out of the game early. Unfortunately, the caster curse hit. I apologize.
Oh no.
We have a chase on Rato the Glow with the turnaround.
He turned around and took his
Who's
helmet off.
Scenario?
Both
Rado's
episodes.
trying to heal up. I wonder if Rado's got another helmet on. It doesn't look like Drogoz is going to push the fight though. Even though Rado is down to one shot, Rado might be able to escape and re-heal and survive. Live to fight another day. Whew. A close brusque from death.
You know, landing in the city might not be a bad idea though, because everyone's scattering outside of the city. So
Definitely.
there's ample loot in town. That looks like.
Yeah, the first step of any game of H1Z1 is parachuting down, deciding where you want to parachute, deciding where you want to land to loot. Generally, in a traditional public match of H1Z1, a lot of players go to the cities, a lot of players go to the compounds, and if you're playing one of these games where you want to survive and avoid those fights, you might think second thoughts before going to one of those busy areas. However, there's also the psychological matter of if you know everybody's going to be thinking that same way, maybe you do want to go to the city because nobody else will be there because they're all going to be scattering thinking too many players are going to go there. But you never know until you hit the ground, and you just are going to have to adapt to whatever situation you're in.
And we have players like Leozu here who find a vehicle and try to take it to the outskirts of the map, trying to find a safe place to play as passively as they can.
Oh, the shotgun. The shotgun. Taken out. No! I think that's how to pronounce it. Hopefully I'm not mispronouncing this name. Oh, he got him down with the spam. Another kill. Official has been taken out by PJZ.
Now, you'll notice a lot of players in the center of the map here. That's Pleasant Valley for you guys at home. PV, a lot of players. This is the most loot found in the, one spot of the map. There's going to be a lot of fights here. We have Pedro HG taking out Gustavo 1G. There's a lot of death happening right now. Players are playing aggressively. Kills are racking up. Despite it being early game, there's still players looking to get those, free points on players without enough gear.
Definitely, definitely. One of the most dangerous parts of the game is simply the very, very beginning. We started with, what, 100? I think there was 155 or about 160 people.
Already down
So we've
about
already
12.
lost over 10 players. Silent Kill BR going down as well. The Fast Zim. So if you can survive the first part of the game, we got shots fired. We got shots fired into the church.
The two-tap.
The two-tap.
Impressive.
Black Fat taking out Twitch with the two-tap. Nice shots, nice shots. We have a lot of fights in the beginning of this match.
Yeah, this is very different than how most competitive tournaments have gone out. Usually you don't see as much carnage in the very beginning of a match, but this is a very aggressive start to the game.
Exactly. Usually, like I said before, you see a lot of passive gameplay, but because of the kills being incentivized, adding to your score, I'm sure players are going to be going for kills in
We
this
have
game
three
as
guys
well.
in close range right here in the Harris Bluffs residential area, and they are closing in.
They are very close. It looks
Do
like a
they
Night
know?
Elf is pushing up. He might know the
Oh,
enemy
yeah.
players
Oh, yeah.
in here.
If he knows he's in there, I'd be surprised if he pushes him. He might be going for his police car.
Notice
We'll
he
see
does
what,
have an
he
armor
sees
on.
him. He's got to see him. They can hear each other. They're close enough.
Knight seems to be running away.
Anyway,
And
he takes the police car and he just leaves. That's a smart play. That's a smart play. Fighting in residential areas, you never know what'll happen. Close range fights like that, it can go either way so quickly. If you're medium or far range, at least you can try to retreat if the fight starts to go badly. But if you're that close, it's going to be a very, very definitive fight either way.
Paul up on the hill. This guy's checking it out.
At this point in the game, Safe Zone has already been announced for the players, so they're going to have to make a decision on what they need to do, when they need to stop looting, and how they're going to position themselves for the rest of the game. A lot of players are going to find themselves looking for a car, looking to get out of the city, and may unfortunately run into each other here. We have Titanico running into Yukon. This could be dangerous for the both of these players.
Mm-hmm. It's always hard to tell if you know a player has already identified another player. We have the bird's eye view of everything when we're watching from above, so we can see all the players, but you never know if that player actually knows that there's somebody nearby him.
Now, this safe zone in particular is very interesting. You'll notice that there's a lot of open fields in this safe zone, so you're going to see a lot of players using cars as much as they can. There's not many points of interest in this field, so every player is going to be forced out into the open, causing players to be on foot at a disadvantage. going to be interesting to see how the players of, in towns of Pleasant Valley and Ranchito react to having to move such a far distance to a safe zone.
We have and one FPS right here. This is one of my votes
one of
for
the top
making the top
picks.
10. Yes.
Seems like he's looting up the residential area. He's looking pretty well looted. He has an AR. He's got helmets. He's probably got some medical supplies. He has a 2-hit Lammy.
He's actually rocking the viewer AR as well. Look at him.
He was prepared. He was speedy.
Now, it looks like the fighting has died down a little bit here. Players are trying to take it easier now that the population has thinned out a bit.
We got 134 players left, so still a lot of players. I'm expecting to see, by the time the safe zone starts coming in and is finished with the first wave of gas, there's going to be over 100 players still remaining in the game.
Oh.
We've got Yukin on fire. Finding himself in a panic. Titanico might have just disconnected from the game. That's unfortunate for him.
Oh, no, he's still there. He's moving. He's got another Molotov. Oh, he missed the Molotov. He hit the roof. Oh, no, he hit,
Is he on fire?
He hit the roof of his own building with a Molotov.
Maybe a little bit nervous. Hands are sweaty. The Molotov slipped out of his hand. Unfortunately, loses a kill on Yukin as the players separate.
Yukin is going to take that opportunity to get out of there. Yukin does not like that odds. You never want to mess with a man who will throw a Molotov on himself just to intimidate his opponent. That's my strategy. If I really want to scare my opponent, I'll throw a Molotov at myself. They never mess with me.
ASJ finding himself on top of RGO. These players are both aware of each other, not making any moves. The sirens are coming into the map, indicating that the gas is now moving. Players have 5 minutes to reach the safe zone, or they risk finding themselves in toxic gas.
We got a little bit of a standoff, it looks like.
Yes.
2 people in the same building. What's going to happen?
No.
Eventually, one is going to have to leave.
Luckily for ASJ here, the city, Harris Bluffs, is in the safe zone, so he will have a little bit of wiggle room, but if he doesn't make a move soon, he might not be able to get some supplies and loot. Notice he's missing a body armor.
Oh, this is going to be a tense situation. I don't think either of the players are going to want to. Oh, no! He did push him! Oh, I spoke too soon.
ASJ pushes out and loses his life.
The shotgun strikes again. The
He hits with
shotgun
a
strikes
shotty.
again.
Sometimes it's good, though, to be patient and wait for them to push you, and you can just take that shot and have that advantage.
If they don't expect you to push. He had a very strong position, posted up by that doorway, however.
It seems they're doing the exact same thing, but in a residential
We
area.
had another standoff.
We do, indeed.
It looks like they're contesting over that Jeep. The vehicle in the safe zone is very valuable, and both these players are aware of that. We're going to have to see who is willing to take the dive for the vehicle. Looks like Tiago is willing to back away from the fight, surrendering it, making a move on foot. We have Silva 1 here in a fight against Pedro 8C. Silva being a 2-shot, Pedro being 1-shot in the open, putting himself at a disadvantage at close range.
Oh, this is going to be close. But he's going to be able to land a shotgun.
Oh,
He
and
got
Silva-
the clutch shotgun. Silva was at 1 shot and he took out Pedro.
Very low
Impressive.
health, that
Very good
was.
movement by Silva, using the tree to line of sight the other player, being able to heal up over time.
That was very, very smart. Forcing the other player without cover to go close enough where he could finish the fight with the shotgun. That was a clutch moment, and he can live to fight another day.
Clutch. Find it. Fulini barely making inside, scraping by.
He's at 1 hit. He's at 1 hit.
He will be able to survive this as long as he's not
Fellini's
pushed.
just going to heal up and post up for a little bit here. We'll see if any other players push into his building there.
Ogugal 1 finding himself in a fight against
He's on the
Jogo.
open.
Oh, he's going to retreat, but he might run right. I don't know how close the player behind him is, but he might run pretty close into him, though I think that last player is in residential area behind him. We have a little bit of a standoff between the bridge and the rock. Both of them have pretty good cover, and they're not going to be forced to fight.
Will the Rock win, William?
Now notice that
The
these two
Rock
players,
always
this
wins.
is just south of Cranberry, so these players aren't actually in the safe zone. So the more time they waste trying to fight each other, the less time they have to get set up for the rest of the game. We have our clutch player Silva 1 here, finding himself in another tight situation. We're gonna have to see how he handles this one.
Very good. All right, guys. In case you missed it, at the beginning of the broadcast, right below here on the bottom of the screen, you can see the code for your viewer version of the Showdown AR. Just enter that in at h1z1.com/redeem, and you'll be granted 1 AR skin. It's featured right there on the screen. It is unlimited use. It's not only for one of you guys. All of you guys can get it. It's limited to 1 person, and this code is only valid during the duration of the stream today. But if you go onto the website right now, enter in that code, you'll be able to snag that AR before it's used.
Paul is taking shots on this,
We have a bit of a triangle developing right here, though I don't know if Fury is just going to be running away with the truck.
I think he did.
I think he did. He didn't want any of that fight. That was a sketchy fight. One thing that can happen in H1Z1 very quickly, you can quickly go from pinching an enemy to being the one who is pinched, especially in competitive games like this where everybody can land their shots and everybody's good with movement and positioning.
It seems like a lot of the... Oh, one's taken down.
Oh.
Thaw. Is that one pump? Shotgun? To the chest?
I think it was.
One
The
of the-
shotgun has been taking a lot of lives in this game.
Now,
There have been a
I've
few kills with
noticed
the
that,
AR,
yeah.
but the shotgun has been very, very predominantly used, it seems.
notice how And1 FPS is finding himself, you know, upstairs in a house, playing the match very patiently. He's putting an emphasis on placement instead of more so kills, which is different than his regular play style, but he could be comfortable here just going for placement. He's letting the others die off first so he can get progressively more points as the game goes on.
Exactly. Again, all of these players, their goal in this showdown is to place top 10 overall from the 3 games. So they're going to be playing 3 games. They want to get their accumulative score in top 10. So if a player can get top 10 in each individual game, they have a very, very good chance of being top 10 in the end. So a lot of players are
Right.
might prioritize simply placement. But some players, as we can see here, are trying to go for a lot of kills.
And having a vehicle in the match is definitely an advantage. So I see a lot of people with vehicles fleeing these fights.
It's very, very
keep
advantageous.
that,
It's
yeah.
crucial. You can use a vehicle to get out of a fight that you don't like. You can use a vehicle to chase a fight that you do want. You can also use a vehicle for cover or simply to hide in.
And you notice how the gas is closing in on the first safe zone. You're going to find some players out there in the distance still in the gas. At this stage in the game, gas does not hurt as much, so they are able to heal through it, but they will be forced to move in.
Ooh, that looks painful.
Womp, 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 womp.
Code 1 has the ATV. What do you guys think about the ATV?
The ATV, even though it doesn't provide too much cover while you're riding it around, it's surprisingly difficult to hit, especially if you're very, very far away. So you might feel like you're kind of an exposed target, but if you can keep a distance from your targets, you can remain very, very mobile and unharmed.
And notice how the players with the cars are circling this one on foot. Looks like he could find himself in a bad spot here. Lykel not jumping out on the enemy player, though. Playing it safe. Looks like
Lykel is in a pretty good position. He's got his back to the gas. He's got his vehicle to escape. He's got a little bit of a natural hill to take cover from the player by the tree. We'll see what happens. A lot of players are kind of trailing in the gas, kind of bordering along the edge. A lot of players are probably going to be pushing out into the safe zone soon because they've been in the gas so far. They're going to need to stop at some point and heal up. And we might see some players get picked off when they do stop to heal up, but we'll see. At this point in the game, the safe zone is just going to get smaller and smaller, and all of the players are going to be readjusting themselves within the safe zone, trying to find a safe spot or an advantageous spot to deal out damage.
Now this is where you're going to see cars come into a huge effect. The safe zone is wide open fields, so having a car to be able to navigate these fields and having your own form of mobile cover is important. We have Dazzly. Looks like he's
Dazzly's
going
trying
for
to hotwire the
steal.
car. Is he going to take him out before he's able to hotwire that car? I don't know if he's going to push out.
Goriano
Oh,
doesn't
he's
push.
he's
Misses his
popping out.
opportunity. Dazzly
He
actually
takes
gets away with the car.
That's amazing.
That's a tricky situation.
That was
Now,
a very bold move and
Yeah.
paid off. Fortunately, that
Yeah.
car is huge, and unfortunately, Goriano is now forcing the field.
Goiano, I think Goiano was the original owner of that Jeep. You never know, because if he
Goiano.
pushed out too soon, he might have hopped out of the Jeep and taken him out. Oh, we got
Ooh,
Follini.
Another
Follini has been taken
shotgun
out
fight.
by Goiani.
Taking out his aggression of losing his car, Goriano takes it on the next player he sees. Looks like we have 2 players in real close proximity of each other. Chevy official with his back turned to Killer Zira.
He's going to get some shots.
Shots
running.
fired, helmets off, armors off.
He's putting the bullet. Oh, he's
One
down to one
shot
shot.
remaining now. Killer knows that. He starts pushing up, playing
I don't
the
think
aggressor.
he's going to be able to do it, Piney. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Oh, is he going? Oh, my goodness gracious pants. Did he?
The
Oh, my
clutch.
gosh.
Chevy official with the
Wow.
clutch. That's the second time we've seen an open field push like that not work out for the player, the aggressor.
Chevy.
And that's
That
when the
was
shotgun comes in
incredible.
handy in moments like that.
That was an incredibly clutch play. I was not expecting that. I have been proven
Yeah,
wrong multiple
that
times.
was
I'm going to
amazing.
stop making predictions here because I keep getting wrong.
Here,
Whew.
this player in particular, his name is Masa. He was the first winner of the Champions Arena, a competitive hosted server. He has proven to be a very, very successful player in competitive scenes.
Masa knows how to play. He knows how to kill because he's qualified through the leaderboards. He knows how to survive. He knows how to win. A very, very competent player.
All around good player.
We got 99 players remaining in the game.
Now Sirens are out, so gas is moving again. These players finding themselves on the outskirts are going to be forced to move in. Everybody is condensing. We're now under 100 players, and one FPS taking his first kill of the game.
Very good, very good. And one is still in. Now, we had 2 picks at the beginning, and one was looking very strong, and Ghost was the other one. Ghost, unfortunately, has already been taken out of the game, but and one is still pushing through.
Now, it's not all over for players like Ghost or players who have died early. They still have a chance to come back and play the next 2 games and earn points to be able to get into the top 10. And remember, the point system works that the later in the game you get kills, the more points they are worth. So the later you survive, the more you kill, the more points you're going to get to net you that gold AR-15.
And one is still working that residential area. And staying in the house.
He is not alone. There is players around him. With this many players alive in such a condensing environment, you're going to see fights breaking out left and right.
Now, my opinion is at this point of the game, because the safe zone is still pretty large, a vehicle is very, very advantageous. You can use a vehicle to get away from fights, like I said, and the safe zone is big enough where there's enough space in the map for all of the players to spread out or escape adequately. But once you get towards the very ending of the map and the safe zone is so small, a vehicle might paint a target on your back, because all of the players are going to be focusing you because you're the one guy in the vehicle while everybody else is kind of stuck on foot. So we'll see kind of what happens if the players with the vehicles are going to be able to keep their vehicle towards the end of the game.
Now this player right here, Friendly OP, has been a long-time competitive player, even on the old map and old tournaments.
Does Friendly know there's a player coming out of the gas right behind him?
I think they both
Who's that?
know.
Neethi? Neethi's right behind him in the truck. I don't know if Friendly saw him. He might be playing. Oh, I don't think he saw him. I don't think Friendly knows that Neethi is right behind him, hiding behind a truck.
Right behind an
So
explosive.
sneaky.
barrel.
Oh, shots.
Neethi
Oh, he
taking
took
shots.
Friendly
Wow.
off with a nice
Goodness.
2-tap.
The patience rewarded the 2-tap. Clean 2 shots to the head, taking out Friendly OP.
That was sneaky, sneaky beaky.
We're looking at the airdrop now. These are the bombs that come with it.
Now, if you guys are unaware, the airdrop can come equipped with either an assault rifle or a hunting rifle, which is a sniper, which is a very, very powerful weapon in H1Z1. 1 shot to the head will be lethal, so it's definitely a power item that these players will consider grabbing and fighting over.
Oh, another shotgun kill.
Bob.
Close range.
Bob did it again, taking out Kovad. Well played, Bob, with the shotgun, the Tiger Blood shotgun, in fact. Repping some Twitch skins, the Anarchy pants, and a Tiger
Looking
Blood
good,
shotgun.
Bob.
It's very interesting to see how dominant the shotgun has been in this tournament. We've seen changes to the shotgun internally throughout the game. Shotgun is supposed to be working more consistently, so it's nice being able to see it in a competitive environment actually working out for these players.
Yeah.
Do we have another standoff?
I think we might.
Interesting
Looks
strat.
like the star player and 1FPS now escaping Pleasant Valley on foot. Looks like he is doing his best to get into the safe zone, finally forced to move out. And there is going to be players around him shortly, and especially the threats of vehicles. He could be in trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have a car. He looks like he has pretty good positioning so far. We'll see if he can continue to keep himself alive and out of harm's way as much as you possibly can in this game, however.
Now, these 2 players are super close. They don't see each other. I don't think they're aware.
Oh, there's somebody in the building right next
That was the
to each
standoff, yeah.
Yeah,
That
4
guy's been
players.
staying there.
Dumax finding himself running away in the truck being the slowest vehicle, could put himself at a disadvantage here. Trunks losing his helmet, replacing it, and running.
Hopping back in the police car.
Gas, the sirens are going, so you guys know what that means. Gas is now
Gas is moving
approaching.
in. He's going to have to use his car to get to safety.
The gas is going to be hurting a lot more, too, as the game goes on. So players are not going to be able to sit in this for much longer. They're going to be forced to fight and, forced into the safe zone in the open.
Guerrero is still sitting right behind. You know what? Okay, I think
bad.
Guerrero is waiting for that player to hop in the truck, and then he's going to be able to get some free shots on him. I don't honestly don't even know if he knows Guerrero is there. Oh, we got nades being thrown.
Coming out right on
And a
top of the
smoke nade.
truck.
Rush is going to be trying to rush out of there with the half health that he has. Is he going to spend some time and heal right now? He's in a very, very compromised position. Nades are still
nades
being
coming
thrown,
out.
but he's
Wow.
able to survive and escape with the truck.
That smoke can come in handy.
Very tense, very
Situations
tense.
like that, for sure.
And when FPS find himself in the open, again, being surrounded by cars, really, really difficult situation.
Yeah, N1 is fighting an uphill battle here without a car and in the gas now. Hopefully by the time he comes out of the gas, he's going to be in a pretty good spot.
We still have 77 remaining right now, so this is about to get crazy.
It's going to get crazy as the safe room gets smaller and smaller. More fights are going to break out. About half of the players have died at this point, and half of them are remaining. It's about that time again. We got the Showdown code for the AR skin. Showdown SA at the bottom of the screen. If you guys missed it at the beginning of the stream, that is the code that you need to type in to redeem it. You can redeem it at www.h1z1.com/redeem, and you will be granted the featured AR skin, the Showdown AR skin. So there's the code for you guys if you would like to redeem that. It is valid up until the ending of the broadcast. Anybody can grab it. You're limited to one per person, but once the code is done, once the broadcast is done, you can no longer redeem that code.
Looks like we're finding a lot of fights here, especially players coming out of the gas finding themselves getting picked off. We saw a three-way fight between Trunks, Jinjo, and Nico here. Nico being stuck in the middle of the pinch and taken out of the game. Now you're going to see a lot of these pinch fights as the game progresses. Players are, they go by their instincts. When they hear gunshots, they go check it out, see if they can get a free kill, some free gear and stuff like that. It's very intuitive for players to look for fights and try to take as many advantages as they can in a Battle Royale type game.
P90, Finey, let's talk about the cars a little bit.
Sure.
Everybody who's played this game probably has a favorite car. We got the police car, we got the Jeep, we got the truck, and we got the ATV. They all have their advantages and their disadvantages.
True.
What are your preferences?
Now, as a player for Denial, I'm going to have to go with the ATV being the best in the game.
ATV?
Definitely will save you in a tight spot here. It looks like Gorriero might need an escape vehicle himself
Might need
here soon.
one of their featured Denial ATVs.
Exactly.
Denial's best.
What about you, P90?
I probably shouldn't be driving a car. There's a reason I have a flaming upside down Jeep emote. But I don't mind the Jeep. It's fun to take it off jumps, and this guy is still in the gas.
Looks like the roles have reversed here. Ooh, another
the
shotgun clip.
taking out another player. Doneth with the clutch shotgun kill on Burns.
How many shotgun kills do we have?
There have been a lot of shotgun kills. There's been some nicely placed two-taps, but I feel like the majority of kills are going to be from the shotgun this game.
Now notice Masa and And1 FPS are close together. Those are two very, very dominant players in the South America region.
Yeah, that'd be a very good fight to
Luca
watch.
FPS has his back turned here, does not spot the other player. Taking shots, Masa also aware of the positioning.
Oh my
Eddie
goodness.
he's
Eddie is
right
right behind him. He's going to have some free shots. Eddie's playing it smart.
Not taking that
Eddie's
shot.
not greedy. Eddie's playing very passively, very, very smart. But Eddie doesn't know if there's players behind him, players to his left, players to his right, but he does.
Lucas is now
Lucas
aware.
spots him.
Missed an opportunity.
It's
coming out.
It's now a 1v1 in the woods. They're getting pushed closer and
Is it
closer
going to be
together.
another shotgun clutch?
I think it is. I think it is.
Oh,
Eddie was taken out.
Eddie Ohino waiting way too long
He
to
waited
take
a little bit too
He
long.
did have an open door there.
Eddie.
Maybe the nerves got to him. He definitely went down there.
Eddie.
Lucas
is
not done yet, finding himself in another fight against two players.
Oh no!
Unfortunately,
if Lucas has a smoke nade, I think that's going to be his only chance of staying alive, but he
shot
does
in the
not,
back.
and he's taken off. I think he
And
got
one
pinched. He was in the middle of a triangle
yeah,
there.
and 1 FPS with the 50% assist, meaning he hit off the other player's armor, and 2 body shots on him, making it an easy cleanup.
We have a lot of players. You know, there's a surprising lack of players kind of in the middle of the safe zone. There's a few players in the middle, but no players directly to the north of the residential area. And a lot of players right around the border of the safe zone. So we're going to see a lot of fights, a lot of pinches around the borders, especially in like forested areas like this.
Yeah, we
Knight
have
is
one
positioning
player in the
himself
center.
right in the
And
safe
it's a
zone.
south.
Now, this is a dramatic change in the safe zone.
Yes,
Notice
it
how
is.
almost 70% of the population is now forced to reposition and move to the new safe zone. You're going to see a lot of fights breaking out here soon, and a lot of people are going to end up choking in the toxic gas. A new airdrop out on the field. Bombs coming down. Looks like a potential hunting rifle is now in play for the participants of the game.
Now, I have not seen any kills with a hunting rifle yet, so I don't believe any players have looted a hunting rifle yet.
I did not see that either in the first drop.
We'll see. We'll
And
see.
one finding himself on the wrong side of the safe zone, on foot again, and
He's
then
going to have to
he's
rotate
risking it.
through the enemies, through the safe zone, or to get to the safe zone. This next rotation is going to cause a lot of fights, a lot of
Yes.
deaths.
And I don't see anyone in the houses in the residential area
That
right
is
now.
very, very surprising.
It is.
Those residential houses are still in the safe zone. So I suspect a lot of players will push into those houses once the safe zone gets smaller. We might have a residential standoff.
So you notice how when players are starting to take shots, a lot of players are instinctively shooting them from behind, whether from distance or up close. You're going to see a lot of multi-direction fights break out. Players are going to be pinched, as we like to say, in between a fight and taken out of the game. You'll notice a lot of hesitation. Players will only shoot so much because they're scared to get shot in the back.
Yeah,
Looks like we have an in-house
oh,
fight
we
right
got
here.
a close range fight with some shotgun go. Oh my goodness, who's gonna get taken out? Nicely done. Toxic money.
Shots later.
Toxic money with a successful shotgun kill on Noah. Well
Running
played.
right back into the bathroom.
I'm sure the nerves are starting to set in as the top 50 is.
It looks like Daisley has had quite a party in here. There's 3 body bags on the ground. He has all the loot available to him in the world. Now, notice how these houses are starting to fill up here. A lot of players are going to be rushing in thinking it's safe, and you never know if somebody's going to be sitting behind closed doors.
Yes, if I was in this game knowing that everybody's going to get pushed into the safe zone, knowing that there's still 52 players left alive. Oh, it looks like he's coming up right behind him.
No.
What's going to happen?
Is he going to wait for him?
Piff is going for
sure.
Rato. Oh,
Oh.
nice shot.
Piff
nice
breaking
shot.
the streak, finally being the person to survive the
Rato
open tree
do
push.
Global has been taken out by Piff.
This residential area is going to pose a lot of fights. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
This neighborhood is about to get incredibly dangerous.
Frago taking a shot to the AR. Full damage, 25 down.
Frago's in a pretty tentative situation. Looks like he threw a smoke nade to try to provide some cover. Maybe he might try to move into one of the buildings. We'll see. The thing you always have to be aware of in this game, H1Z1 or any battle royale game in that matter, is the game is never truly a 1v1 because there's so many other players left alive. There's so many players around you
He's right behind him. Oh.
that someone could come up behind you at any
Piff
moment.
not finding the other player behind him. And, oh, they actually trade.
Oh.
Piff and Nitha. Or
Piff
Nithi.
able to turn around and hit a quick 2-tap on the enemy player, not in time to save his own life. Unfortunately, both players aren't eliminated from the match. Sirens are out. Gas is moving in. Players are going to be forced into this neighborhood. It
Yep,
is
this is
about
it.
to be chaos.
This is
Notice
it.
all the
This is it.
rushes. All the rushes are happening. Monk abandoning his car, running inside of a house.
Players are going to be fighting tooth and nail to get a safe position within the safe zone, to scrabble out somewhere. Now, here's where the game is going to get crazy. The safe zone is getting to a very small size, but what's really going to affect all of these players in the buildings is if the next safe zone pushes out of this residential area. If the safe zone goes to the residential area, everybody's going to be staying inside their houses. But if it moves outside, everybody's going to have to leave their houses. Whoever leaves first might get taken out.
That's a great
F3
shot.
finally taken out by AST.
Zero cover, but he felt confident enough to shoot. And
That might
he won
be
that
maybe
fight.
like the 3rd or 4th kill we've seen for AST. Definitely not going down without a fight on this game.
It looks like AST is moving into a building with another player in it. I don't know if he knows another player is in that building. He might just go for this police car and take it, or he might try to post up.
Nades coming out here from Alley 2906.
It's a great
Retreating.
name. Great name.
Oh,
might even be-
someone is about to get backstabbed. Knight, only landing a couple shots.
Great angle on
But
that. ridge,
Jinjo
though.
finding himself in a pinch between
No.
Dallin and Knight LF.
Jinjo crew is in a horrible position. Unfortunately, pinched. That was definitely an uphill battle right there. Another shotgun fight happening in the residential building.
Banana Po, my fruit brother, taking out MP Alleys
Fruit
with
Brothers.
a shotgun.
It's proven. Fruit-related names get high kills in H1.
There it
Pineapples,
is.
banana.
And one FPS. Second kill on the board here. Taking out Trunks. Ronnie Barricade also going down. Taking out another player.
Lots of kills happening. Sicko.
AST again.
is going ham.
Wow.
Woo,
Fantastic.
AST. I don't think.
Oh,
think.
no.
Oh, what goes around comes around. I was just about to say. It looks like AST is not wearing a helmet, and he got taken out. Unfortunately.
This
Great game, though. Those
I think it
kills
might be
were awesome.
Ayi, the double L, finding himself 2 body bags of loot.
So right now, with 33 players left, as more and more players die, each remaining player is going to get more and more points for simply surviving. So at this point, AST, he got 34th, 35th place, but he got a lot of kills. So he
Right.
might have enough points to, if he plays consistently and plays well, he's still going to be able to be in the top 10 in the end. We'll see how he plays game 2. He's one to watch out for.
There was a brief glimpse of the next safe zone. It looks like almost the entire residential is going to be forced out into the open. So there is going to be a lot of panic. Maybe even in one of the best spots in the game here is and 1 FPS with a natural hill here to hide his car, the ability to escape, and the gas at his back for more protection.
He's
Right.
got great visibility and a vehicle. He is in a good position.
We got RGO against Young
With
Thus
no health, he's
fighting
down to
out.
one
Looks like they're
shot.
both at
Oh, he threw the
the nade, Kobe.
That was a clutch nade. Kobe is right.
So many clutch kills this game.
Daff.
Amazing.
Daff surviving with the nade. Nade kills, shotgun kills, pinches. It's been a savage first game of the Showdown indeed. 30 players left.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the residential fights because that.
Oh, Daff's car's on fire. He's going to have to hop out of there.
He
Oh, he's
is not
dead.
doing any hopping anymore,
He's not
Flame
hopping.
Hopper.
No hopping. Womp, 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 womp.
Now, see, there's a lot of players out of the next safe zone that are going to be forced in. There's a few fan favorites. Skip and Ho, Go Gatal already in the game, and 1 FPS, I know, has a ton of community support. You know, they are still alive in case you guys are wondering. We're going to have to see how this all plays out.
Now, I'm curious to see where the next safe zone is. Have you seen the safe zone?
I
Is
have.
it pushing?
It is pushing northwest out of at least the upper part of Lone Pine. Masa is still alive as well. Another threat in this game for sure. It is going to be a very, very tight-knit
Oh.
game.
Are we calling players? Let's see.
Oh,
He seemed to be honking his
Dazzly. This gas is too strong. He's going to choke in the gas.
Oh,
He's
He's
done.
not able to outrun the gas. He's not able to out-heal the gas.
Oh,
And he's going to get
he's
taken out, I
trying.
believe.
That
The
might
gas at this point of the game is too strong.
He's
And there goes
down.
Dazzly choking on the gas. This game is coming to a head.
Now, if
We'll
you
see what
guys,
happens.
if you guys on these remaining players, I'm gonna cast my vote for.
Are you going to say
I'm
Banana?
I'm gonna go for Masa. I'm gonna think
Masa.
Masa might be the one to take this game.
Ronnie barricade again with another kill.
Ronnie.
Go Gatal knocked out of the game, unfortunately.
Flip side also being taken out. Looks like he was pinched between two players. Holy guacamole. This is getting intense. Ronnie with another kill.
That gas is pushing through residential, so people are going to have to start moving, using their strategies.
1
Smokes.
FPS. He's looking pretty dang good.
Yeah, he is.
He's looking pretty dang good.
Now, Ronnie
24
has to
players
be careful.
left. We've officially
Smoke
reached
grenades
Hunger
coming
Games
out.
number.
So many kills are happening as these players are forced out into the open. And 1
Oh,
FPS
and
looks like
one
he's
is gonna
about to
get a
pick
nice
up
pinch.
another kill
He just
for
has
the
to
game.
get one more shot. One more shot to close up the kill, but he's not going to do it. He's playing very, very smart, very, very passively. We can see by how 1 FPS has been playing today, he doesn't.
Ooh, and he
That
secures
was
the kill. Now
beautiful.
that's a huge,
That was a smart
huge
play.
Yes.
play because that kill is going to net him a lot of score that's going to contribute to his top 10. Skip and Ho finding himself at one shot,
Ronnie
but
barricade
Goiana
down.
not pushing in just yet.
Is Banana still in the game? Is your fruit brother still in the game?
I believe so.
I think he is. I haven't seen him die.
Here we go.
Oh, another shotgun fight happening.
Ooh.
My breath.
Despite being low
runs.
HP, plays the
Oh, he
aggressor
escaped.
and actually turned it on him.
He's back in. He came back in the house. To finish the fight. Or is this a different person?
Oh, there is Banana off in the distance. Full
There
HP.
he is. There's Banana. I knew he was still out there.
Oh.
All right, guys. Quick note: if you are trying to redeem the codes, we are aware there's been some problems redeeming some of the codes, but don't panic. We'll get it taken care of as soon as we possibly can. And there's still going to be a lot of opportunities to redeem the codes before the end of the broadcast and in future Showdown casts. So don't panic. Don't panic. We are aware of the situation. Thank you guys for your patience. Getting back into the game now. 16 players left. We're almost to that top 10 point, Piney.
Yeah, this is going to be a crucial stage in the game. This is going to what separate, you know, the winners from the losers on this one. Now, in Battle Royale, there can only be one winner per game, so we're going to have to see who's taking this one. My vote is still going to be on Masa.
I'm still on and 1 FPS.
You're on and
Yeah,
one
from the
is
beginning.
looking good. He's
From the
playing
beginning.
smart. Like he knows when he can fight. He knows when he can't.
Ooh.
Looks like he's in another
Masa.
fight. Masa and 1 FPS. This might be the
Oh.
battle of titans, the
Yeah.
battle of champions.
And when fighting is back at the gas while bleeding, barely scraping by here.
That is a good and a bad spot. Like it's great because you can hide from everybody, but it's bad because you have no freedom to
Right.
move. You have no mobility.
Now, these two players are, you know, having a little salsa dance here,
They
Trying
cannot
to,
decide.
trying to figure out Goiana actually at the advantage because he does have an armor on his body, which will soak a shotgun blast up close.
I have a very, very important question, Piney.
Yes, sir.
Can you confirm or deny that you are a competitive salsa dancer?
I'm going to have to plead the fifth on that one.
Okay, okay.
No comment.
Masa taking shots.
Now they're still.
They're still trying to dance here. Safe zone might
They're
be
doing the
close to them.
salsa. They're doing the piney.
What would you do? Would you push in or would you?
I would not push
I
in.
would
I
not
would
push in.
probably. I would probably try to stay out.
We got
like
Dober
he's
H1 and Code
leaving.
taken out of the game. 14 players remaining. That was actually a nade upstairs into a house to take out Code 1. That is impressive.
Oh, looks like. Oh,
Two
oh,
players
they're
on
right
top
next to
of
each
each
other,
other.
fighting for the ATV.
Ooh, the one pump coming out.
Woo! The shotgun strikes again.
12 players remaining. Goiana winning the salsa dance competition, taking out Skip and Ho just in time before the gas. Takes Conface to outrun the gas, actually a smart
All right, 1
decision in
FPS
the
is
moment.
still almost top 10. 12 players left. 1 FPS is moving in.
He's in a
Fury
great
is taking out
spot.
Goiana. Goiana was not able to survive.
And one actually lost his car, finding himself on foot. This is going to be intense.
Not Goiana. No, the patriotic outfit
Uncle Sam.
has
All these
failed.
players are forced out. Masa and
Moss and
one.
1 FPS. They've been kind of dancing as well.
Masa,
Oh, that player just drove right in between Massa and 1 FPS. I don't think he's long for this world.
look at the aerial cam. Night Elf and Nelson with the trade in the arena.
It's official. We got our top 10 plays.
Ooh, Masa with the clean execution on Cali X2. This is a tight-knit circle. 8 players remaining.
It looks like-
Notice Gano finding himself healing up in the smoke grenade. That's the only cover he has. It will fall after a short time duration, so he doesn't have much time to get fully healed here.
Yeah, Fury has that hill, but the gas is right on his back. And if he doesn't have medical supplies and he's so low health, he might actually die to the gas if he's not able to get into the safe zone.
And
one.
one is vulnerable right now.
Yeah, and 1 and Moss are both on the... Oh, he did die. Banana died to the
Grenade
gas.
coming out
Your
by
fruit,
and one.
brother.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
nice.
not with the connect.
Speed is still alive. Another nade going out. Speed and 1 FPS are going to fight right now. That was a nice
Oh.
nade. 1
Impressive,
FPS takes
impressive.
him out.
Now, he does get the Jeep as a little bit of mobile cover here. Finding himself in multiple fights,
Oh.
taking
Getting
shots
shot.
from the side.
He's going to
Yeah.
need a smoke nade right now, or this might be it for 1 FPS.
Unable to move. He
If he
might
gets
get...
shot one more time. Oh, it looks like he
No.
threw on another 2-hit body armor. So he's going to be able to soak up a few shots before complete death. But there's only 5 players left, and it looks like they're all on the other side of the map.
Yeah,
They
all
are.
four, all tight-knit except for Masa.
Massa might be able to flank out 1 FPS. Who has the safe zone at this point? 1 FPS is
Very,
doing the
very
dance. He's
tight-knit
doing the dance.
circle.
He's
Massa-
got shots on Maffa.
Looks like an even fight. Ooh,
Fury has been taken out.
3
It's down
players
to
remaining,
3.
guys.
What a great end game.
Stir FPS, Massa, and 1 FPS. We got some FPSs and Massa in a little bit of a triangle here. What's
It's
going to
interesting
happen?
to see how this played out. Some of the community
Oh,
picks.
this is not a good situation.
Oh,
STR
no.
FPS finding himself in between both the Slayers. No cover.
They're going to kill his car, and he's going to be completely exposed.
And
Oh.
down he goes. And one FPS getting
There
the
it
kill
is.
credit, which is huge. That kill is worth a ton of points. Masa aware of the location of And1 FPS. This is now a 1v1 situation between Masa and And1 FPS for the win of the first game of the Royalty Showdown. Masa at the
The
advantage
Battle
here.
of Titans. The
with
Battle
the,
of Titans.
The ATV, he has a vehicle at his disposal to manipulate the safe zone and where And1 can move since he is on foot. If Masa does play this right, he does have every advantage in the world.
Yeah.
Masa losing his helmet,
1
and one
FPS
is
is
not
moving.
somebody
He's got
to be
no
reckoned
cover.
with.
He's going to
Out in
have
the
to land
open.
his shots, or he's going to be taken out.
This is the confidence that can either get you the win or get you killed here, pushing out into the open. A
Now,
very
the
bold
only
move.
advantage he has at this point is Massa is at
There's
half
another
health.
hit on him.
And he took his helmet off.
Both helmets
Yes.
are traded, but Masa unfortunately at a disadvantage here. If And1 plays this right, he could take the win.
This is intense. Ladies and gentlemen, Massa and 1 FPS putting up a valiant effort, putting up a gallant fight.
It could be that Showdown AR skin that he's using.
Oh.
Looks
Power.
like Gas is going to push And1 FPS out of his cover. Masa is going to have the advantage, but no helmet.
No helmet. Massa must be out of
Wow.
helmets, which means only 1 bullet lies between 1 FPS and victory for this first round of the South
Looks like
American
he's pushing.
Showdown. He's
Out
going
in
to
the
not
open.
overpeak.
He has to. Gas is forcing him out in the open. Masa using the cover effectively, and1 strafing in between bullets, losing
Body
his
armor
armor.
taken out. 1 bullet, 1 headshot. Is 1 FPS going to be able to take it out? 1 shot FPS. You can do it. 1 FPS. You can do it. 1 shot. No cover. Helmet shot.
Masa playing this perfectly, using
Wow.
his cover. Beautiful job by
Masa.
Masa. Despite not having a
Fantastic.
helmet, takes out and
The
1 FPS for the
helmetless-
win.
Wow.
Massa.
The helmetless
Very,
man.
very, very
Massa.
nice.
I
Well
gotta calm
played.
down. My heart is a thump, thump, thump,
Woo.
thump, 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 thump.
That was a beautiful ending. Masa played that
Fantastic.
perfectly, using his cover despite not having a helmet. Did not give And1 very much time to hit a headshot.
That was incredible. That was very, very smart. I know
Was.
if with pre-firing, if you peek out at the wrong time and a strong player, which 1 FPS is, shoots right as you're pre-firing or right as you're peeking, you're going to get your helmet taken off. But because he didn't even have a helmet, one shot was between him and death, but he was able to peek safely and get that final kill to succeed, winning first place in the first of 3 games.
That was great. Fantastic game.
I'm pumped.
It was still a beautiful
I'm
game
pumped.
by and 1 FPS, because not only did he get second place, he netted a lot of kills that game, and it's going to give him a nice boost in score for the overall top 10 of 3 games.
Definitely.
I'm excited to see that top 10.
Definitely. I'm excited as well. Guys, what was your thoughts on the safe zone there? That was a pretty like decent safe zone. It's nice and open. You got some hill cover. You got some trees. Very, very understandable. There weren't any forced close range fights in the final top battle, which was very, very good. It led to some pretty dramatic encounters. Third place, dying behind his car because both of the last players were focus firing it.
We talked about it earlier in the game that in that safe zone, vehicles are dominant as the game progresses, but when you get down to the end, you're going to be a target. Players are going to see this moving, smoking vehicle and start shooting at you, and if you're not careful, you'll find yourself in a bad spot like STR FPS did.
Definitely. I saw what 1FPS was playing that, like I said, very smart. He had a car. He had some opportunities at getting kills, and he would take the kills if he could, but if it was too dangerous, he would get out of there and use the car for escaping. And then he ditched the car before it got too late. So second place, nothing to be ashamed of. If he can continue to play consistently, he has a really, really good shot at being top 10.
Definitely.
There were a few other really clutch moments, favorite moments in that game.
Standoffs, those were great.
We had some standoffs, very tense. We also had 2 different situations where one player was behind a tree at 1 shot to death, but they were able to peek out and get a super clutch shotgun shot and save their life, which was incredible.
Really nice.
It was impressive to see how these top-tier players are able to keep composure, and despite being, a breath away from death, they are able to stay composed and actually pull the clutch and survive.
Definitely.
Could you do that, Piney?
I would like to hope so.
Oh, yeah. He and his fruit brothers, they can do it. By the way, your fruit brother got top 10 as well.
Yeah, Banana did
place,
make top 10. I did not know that there was a fellow fruit in the event, so I might have a new favorite for South America.
Keep an eye open. So next game, we're going to be watching out for Masa. We're going to be watching out for Banana. We're going to be watching out for 1FPS. Who else should we be watching out?
Even though it died at top 30. Amazing shots, a lot of kills.
Put on a good show for sure. We're going to have to see.
There was a trade in there as well. Oh, man.
Yeah,
that was a good game.
There's been a lot. There wasn't too many issues. I didn't see too many people choke on gas either, which was surprising. There we might have saw maybe 2 or 3 people choking on gas, but it looks like everybody navigated the map well, and we're fortunate enough not to die by gas.
I think some of the few people that choked on gas at the end, they were in a situation where they started to get into a fight with another player right as the gas was advancing, so they were just unfortunately bleeding out and already hurt, and they weren't able to escape, and they were put into a bad situation that way.
Exactly.
But there weren't a lot of players just posting up in gas and dying
to
the toxic gas that way, which is always a good thing to see. They played very aggressively.
The best of
the best of the best.
The top players. Amazing. Strategy. I loved
that was
it.
good. Okay, so let's make some predictions. That first safe zone was pretty good. It encompassed a lot of areas, and it was around a residential area. Then it pushed the players out of the residential area into the field. What would you guys like to see for the next game? Do we want to see more city fights, more building fights, more field fights, more forest fights?
Well, first of all, I want to see Ghost BR make it a little bit further. I feel like he died way too soon, and I wanted to see him show his talent.
Looks like he had an unfortunate spawn, and that's part of Battle Royale. Sometimes you land, sometimes you die. It's part of the game. Hopefully, Ghost can bounce back. Show people that Game 2 was his.
Yeah, we got 2 more games.
There's a lot of people to be watching for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
All of the players are very, very strong. They're very capable players. They can do it.
So it might even be interesting to see if Masa could take another game.
True.
That would be a very, very impressive accomplishment to have under your belt. 2 wins out of 3 in a Showdown event
would be incredible. I mean, even getting 1 win in a Showdown event is a big deal. Masa has already got that honor. And we'll see who takes game number 2 and game number 3.
He's going to put that trophy right next to the Champions Arena win. He is definitely a coveted player of South America. Definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Definitely. All right, guys. Are we ready to take a look at the scores? The official scores from game 1. Let's take a look at the boards for top 20 players and their scores. These are the scores that are represented from that first game. The scores from game 1 and 2 and 3 are all going to be added up, and the top 10 from all games are going to be the winners of the Gold ARs. And this is as we stand for the first game. So let's take a look here. Obviously, Masa placing first place with 213,000 points, a nice lead on 1FPS. and everybody else. Fury's up there. Where's Banana? Oh, yep, 8th place.
Banana
Banana's
made
8th
it
place.
as well. Notice like the discrepancies. Like you'll see the lower placement they get, the lower points, but like between Masa and Anduin, that's a pretty close gap. Anduin could definitely close that if he does the next game well and could take over the lead. Currently, the players in the top 10 of this list are in the running for the gold AR, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on these players, particularly Masa and and then we'll see how STR FPS can keep his consistency going.
Very good, very good. Once again, we're looking at consistency here, so any player on that board right now, if they play consistently, has a great shot at that gold AR. So we'll see. We'll see. I know all the players are getting ready for the next game. We're going to turn to the next game very shortly, but first we have a special guest with us right now. We got Brad Wilcox. He's the Vice President of Player Experience. Brad, thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you on here. Perfect. So we got a couple questions for Brad. Brad, first of all, Brad is one of the minds behind the fair play department and making sure there aren't cheaters in the game, making sure there aren't hackers in the game, making sure all of the players are playing and following the rules. So because this is an online tournament, I know there's a lot of concern and a lot of conversation about how can we keep these players that are playing online following the rules. It's a lot easier to police when they're actually physically at a LAN, but because it's online, there's some difference. So what are we doing during the showdown to make sure that those rules are being followed?
Yeah, sure. So during the showdown, since it is an online tournament that people are playing from their home PCs and everything, we still have the regular checks that we have for online gameplay with the different systems that we have to control fair play and to monitor things. But what we did is we actually have additional GMs and game masters within the game that were there watching live and behind the scenes online with all the other players. So they were able to monitor for teaming and look for other things that were happening within the game.
Yeah, there are the referees are in game keeping track, going around in the spectate cam. We're able to see if there's any like suspicious activity or players not killing each other. We are able to look into that and see, if there's any like collaborating or something going along, trying to keep it as fair and consistent as possible, even if it's online.
Of course. We all like fair play is big with any online game, especially any competitive online game. And H1Z1 in Battle Royale is incredibly competitive. There's a lot that Daybreak has been doing to make sure the fair play rules are being followed online at events, but there's also a lot that you guys can do to help as well. So my next question for you, Brad, is how can the players at home help with the H1Z1 fair play?
The reports that we get from players are very critical, and they help a lot. In this world where there's so much streaming going on and video capture going on, being able to send us clips by sending them to h1z1cheater@daybreakgames.com helps a lot. These GMs and the staff that we have that's monitoring, they monitor that email address 24/7, taking action, and the video clips help a lot. We're also going to be bringing back the report player at death at the end of the game so that players can do that and make it much easier from within the game to be able to report players and report cheaters as well.
Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. That's good to know. So it's good to know that this event is being taken care of, and you guys can also help when you're playing online. That was the conclusion of the first game.
Yeah.
Like we said before, we got 2 more games. I'm excited for the next ones.
It's interesting to see how it's going to play out. All of these players have proven to be clean and, competitive players, and Daybreak has definitely taken action to check players before they were invited into the tournament. And a lot of this has been cleaned up and is going to be a very competitive match between players.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, guys. So we had the first game played. We took a look at the top 20 players from the first game. And now let's talk about the players who didn't get top 20 in the first game. Because there were still 130-some players that did not get top 20 in that first game that are probably going to want to improve their performance for the next game. So again, the key word here is consistency. We want the players who are playing well to play more consistently so they can place top 10 at the end of the day. But for those players who didn't do well, like we were talking about Ghost, Ghost unfortunately died very, very early in the game. How do you think that's going to affect his mindset or maybe his gameplay strategies or his how he's going to be playing for the next game?
Well, it's going to be very interesting to see players like Ghost, who unfortunately fell early into the game, do have a chance to crawl back, and we're going to have to see if he's going to play a little bit more aggressively to rack up those kill points to go alongside with placement. It's a high-risk, high-reward kind of deal, but I mean, if you're battling for the gold Showdown AR-15, you're going to have to try something new.
That's
you're going to have to work.
That's high reward.
Exactly.
That's a nice-looking AR skin.
Yeah, and just a quick, a couple facts There were 155 players in that match live, and there was actually 57 shotgun kills. 57 shotgun kills.
That's more than a third.
Yeah, we saw a lot on the feed. I did not think it was 57, but apparently the shotgun is working. So I'm looking at you, chat. Shotgun is working in this online tournament.
Yeah, I think it goes into players are taking this game very, very seriously. Nobody really wants to die. I mean, nobody wants to die at all in this game. Everybody's trying to win because the stakes are higher than the traditional game. So when players are fighting early on in the game, if they're far away and somebody's getting hit a lot, they're probably just going to try to escape or try to hide and heal up. But the encounters where they run face to face at each other in a building with shotguns, one of them is going to die. And I think that led to why there were so many shotgun kills in that first game.
Exactly. Now, all of these players in the showdown are clean, and they are, following the rules. But, Brad, when you find players outside in the game in the normal environment who are violating the fair play rules, what actions is Daybreak taking against these players who, unfortunately are breaking the rules?
There's various actions. If a player is caught with using a cheat program, using a third-party program that we know and we've identified, that player is banned. The account is closed and permanently closed and never reopened. Players that may be caught teaming or exploiting or things like that, it may warrant a warning or a suspension. So normally we kind of operate on a 3-strike rule, where if someone is caught, let's say, teaming, that they'll be suspended for 7 days, then maybe a little bit longer, and then maybe banned. Now it could change, and it can go straight to ban, depend on how flagrant that is, and then they stack on top of each other. But I also want to say that if someone is suspended or has been suspended within the last 30 days, they're no longer an account in good standing, so they wouldn't be eligible for promotions and events like this.
Okay, so there is a lot of risk for players who do violate the tournament. You might not be able to get to compete in stuff like this, or give up your prizes. Like if you find players here are cheating, they will lose the skins and stuff like that. It will be taken away from you.
Don't
now,
team.
Yeah,
Don't cheat.
Don't team,
Stay in
guys.
school. Eat your fruit.
Exactly.
Or juggle them if you prefer.
Listen to him. Now, Brad, you were mentioning stuff about like teaming and exploiting. What type of systems does Daybreak have in games to monitor and control fair play?
Well, we don't like to talk a lot about what we do in specifics because we don't want to give it away to those that are doing it and those that are creating programs or anything like that.
Make it easier to try to avoid. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But we do things like there's systems that we use. I think everyone knows that we use BattleEye, and BattleEye will detect a lot of cheating, and it's a great service that we use. We also have internal systems that we'll use to check different things. Like for teaming, for example, we look at how often 2 players may shoot the same person over and over again. And then you tune that to say, is it just chance? Because there is chances where people can shoot the same person. But if it's continually the same 2 people or in a single match that are shooting the same person over and over again, that's a clear indication that something may be happening for teaming.
Yeah, if one person is consistently getting an assist for another player or vice versa.
Okay. And same thing. You may, as you're playing the game, you may drop items and have people pick up those items. But if players are consistently dropping items and the same person is picking up those items, that is an indication probably of teaming as well.
Yeah, so definitely notice some patterns there amongst players like that, and it does create an unfair advantage for other players. Like if you're playing a solo BR and you run into a team of 5, there's not much you can do. You're out-armed, you're just out of luck for the most part. Now, Brad, I have to ask, why are you so passionate about esports and competitive fair play?
I love computer games. I've loved them for a long time, and I love sports as well, sporting events. And I loved how the two have merged, and we have now esports where you can have that competitive nature and do it through computer games, but also just the entertainment value that it offers. There's just that excitement and to add that competitive nature and getting to know the players and the pros that do it. It's a very entertaining and exciting area for me and my family. My kids love it as well.
That's really awesome. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I agree. My favorite thing, it's awesome to be able to compete. I'm a very, very competitive player. I love H1Z1. I love other games that I played competitively. Specifically, one of my favorite things about this game is the community. It's the other people. It's the other streamers that I've gotten to meet. It's the developers that I've gotten to meet. It's the players. It's you guys that are playing the game as well, whether I've met you through the stream or through the game or through real-life H1Z1 events or PAX or TwitchCon, all of the different things. H1Z1 has connected a lot of players, and it's really, really cool to see that community develop and to see that community blossom. And going back to like teamers, for example, one of the reasons why I'm so against teaming, and it's always just discouraging to see teamers, is because I want this game to do as well as it can possibly do. I want the game to grow, and I want there to be a lot of new players that are joining the game, which is why guides that Piney has written are super, super helpful for new players to get the game, to hit the ground running and feel like they can play competitively and learn the game and they have something to work with. And teamers, if a new player runs into some players that are teaming, it's going to be very, very discouraging. It's going to be very, like, what the heck? I can't do anything. I'm running into teamers. So it's awesome to see that steps are being made and things like that are being monitored.
And they will get better and better as time goes. You know, we learn more. The players are more active in reporting those things. The systems will get better. And, you know, never think that we're not responding. The email and support is here 24/7, responding to those issues. We have people monitoring 24/7, and the systems are always on.
Yeah.
It will get better and better as things get tuned.
Very cool.
And then
Very
a lot
cool.
of people out at home definitely use social media platforms and stuff like that to you know, report people. And if you guys aren't already doing so, follow the
You
Great
have the
Utado.
power.
Yeah, follow the Great Utado on Twitter as well. There's a ton of different outlets that Daybreak does listen to you guys back at home. So definitely check these out. And if you guys don't have H1Z1 King of the Kill already, make sure you guys go check it out in the Steam store. H1Z1 King of the Kill. You know, buy yourself a copy, play it with some friends, have some fun. It's not only solos, there is team games, there's duos, there's 5-mans, and there's a lot to do in this game. So I definitely recommend, if you haven't already done so, check it out in the Steam store.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. Now, Brad, last question for you. Is it exciting as a developer and someone who's been working at this game and working towards this game for a long time, is it exciting to see events like this happen, see events like the Fight for the Crown, see the events like like TwitchCon,
Yeah,
the
I think
Invitational?
it's very exciting, man. I'm back in my office watching every minute of it. You know, I have you know, my predictions and who I think, you know, are going to do good. Like this next match, I hope the Ghost does better. I think that he's there, and I think a sleeper is probably Skip and Ho. I've seen him play a lot,
Yeah.
and I think he can make it up there in the top 10, if not win it all.
Very good, very good.
Okay, thank you, Brad. Thank you for your prediction.
Awesome. Well, I think we are about ready for game 2 of 3 of the Invitational. Let's take our eyes to Fort Destiny.
All the players are getting ready. Looks like we have about the same number of players here, 155,
155.
which is what it did start with at the last game.
Acrobatically doing their backflips as always. Very good, very good, very good.
Everybody getting ready. Masa, the game 1 winner, finding himself here. Greasy Joe shirt, just ready. He's ready to take home victory. He's smelling the gold AR already. Let's see if he can close out game 2 with a bang.
So, pre-game rituals. Pre-game rituals. I know both of you are very, very competitive players. Very, very, very strong H1Z1 players. In the past, when you guys are participating in events, whether it's Champions Arena, whether it's, I know, Piney, you participated in the 2016 Invitational. Both of us played in the Fight for the Crown tournament. What do you do when you're leading up to these very, very important games to prepare yourself? If you're in Fort Destiny, are you doing backflips? Are you doing stretches? Are you climbing on the helicopter? Are you doing whatever this gentleman is doing right here?
I mean,
that
they
is
call him Sicko FPS for
completely
a reason.
appropriate.
Definitely. For myself personally, I just you know, remind myself, take a deep breath, and this is H1Z1 as a professional player. I've been doing this for a long time. It's gonna be another game of H1. Whether it's gonna be different, you know, it's H1. Things are gonna happen, but it's another game. You gotta take it piece by piece, from early game to late game. You know what you're doing.
You got to make it work. One of the awesome things about H1Z1 is every game that you drop into, you got one life, and if you die, you're dead. It can be relentless. It can be brutal. So you really have to make every game work. A lot of the times, if you're just playing at home, if you're playing solos, if you're playing team games, you can drop in, and if you die at the beginning of the game, you're not too concerned about it because you can hop into another one. But with games like this, when there are skins on the line or prizes on the line, or for tournaments when there's money on the line, you really have to make every game work. You got to take whatever spawn you get, and you have to make that count. You have to make every life count.
Exactly. Every second counts in this kind of game. And you might see, you know, some downtime and stuff like that, but players are just making decisions in their head on where to go. Now, another decision you guys can make back home is make sure you guys go to h1z1.com/redeem and enter in the code SHOWDOWNSA, SHOWDOWNSA. You can do this on the website or on the H1Z1 main menu itself and get yourself a sweet AR skin.
There's the code. There's the code. There's the code. Tweet your friends. Woo!
Yeah, make sure you guys, you know, let others know. The code will be available and for the rest of the broadcast. Showdown SA, guys. All these players are getting ready. Matches are going to be starting soon. Players are going to be parachuting in. We have a few key players to be looking at, just like AST7, Lagusta, Masa,
AST
Banana.
wasn't even on the top 20.
No, he
Really?
was like 30-something.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, even with the kills, though, it should have.
Oh,
you know,
really?
So who knows?
Who knows?
We'll have to
We
see.
have some new
Now
guys to
remember
watch.
that kills are worth more in the game as it progresses. So those late game kills, killing the last guy is worth a ton of points, which is why Masa is so far ahead. And it looks like game 2 has now started. Players are now teleported. They're going to be parachuting throughout the map, and we're going to be finding, you know, a lot of carnage off spawn here. We're going to be taking a look at the map again. Tons of players are spreading out far, far, far. It looks like Go Play Raka being the farthest northeast, Chevy Official going farthest northwest. We're seeing a bunch of players spread out and a bunch of players in the center contesting for the loot.
All right, there's Ghost BR. There's Ghost. There's
There
our
he is.
man.
Looks like he has a more safe spawn here, but finding himself spawning in a little bit slower. Looks like he took some more time in the sky.
He probably floated up in the air for a little bit just to see where other players are landing so he can stay away from them. He probably doesn't want to get taken out early like the last game. He's landing in the residential area. Got a couple
Interesting
players
decision.
relatively nearby him. No vehicle, but let's see if he can grab some loot. I'm curious to see how 1FPS is going to play this. Now, if I was 1FPS or if I was Masa, I would not take any unnecessary risks. Right now, I
Exactly.
know that I played very, very well in the first game. I'm Masa. I won game 1, or I'm 1FPS. I got second place in game number 1. I simply need to play consistently and get top 10 once again to really solidify my chances of
Looks like
taking one
we
of the
have
gold
the
ARs.
2 people already dead off spawn. Unfortunate for them, they are eliminated from the match. And 1 FPS, the second place from last game, finding himself in the open. Absolutely nothing. We have a fight breaking out at one of the new point of interest in the game, the shipping yard container.
This one's really fun because you can kind of peek around corners. You have angles. You have 2 warehouses you can work from. I don't know if a car spawned there, but
There, yeah, there's
also
a couple
car
car
spawn.
spawns. I love that new point of
Yeah.
interest. I've had some pretty awesome fights in that new point of interest. I'm excited to see how that point of interest is going to affect players and if players are going to go there to fight or to loot.
Yeah.
There have been a few new points of interest recently. I'm excited to see how players are going to adapt to those, if they're going to
Oh.
welcome them with
Wow,
open arms.
Kiko taking a very aggressive push here with a pistol.
Kiko is,
Looks like
is
he's trying to contest for
confidently
the-
shooting that pistol. Maybe Kiko is trying to get Leo to rush him and then pull out that shotgun and go for the quick
Here we
shot.
have the tree play.
Close
Wesley
range
not
aim.
having a helmet on. Looks
Wesley
like a
and
Chalendo doesn't have
Ninja.
it on as well.
What's going to happen? Are they going to fight? Are they going to push?
Now, fights like these are almost unnecessary. At this point, you have to
Right.
take it. You're committed to this
You're
fight.
that close.
You can't back out from this point. So it looks like we're going to have a standoff here, and we're going to have to see which player, takes home the biscuit.
Is Wesley going to push? Oh, it looks like Ninja's going around to push. Wesley does not have another helmet.
Ninja.
Ninja's going for the pre-fire. He's pushing on the left side now. He's wrapping around
Shotgun's
the
out.
tree. Wesley, what are you going to
Ooh,
do?
the shotgun.
Hip fire versus shotgun.
Oh.
Oh.
Close.
Wesley down.
was not able to land enough hip fire shots and
He
got
was
taken out.
definitely at a disadvantage, though. The other player had a helmet and a
Had a
body
chance.
armor on, and that is
Ghost.
really hard to overcome as a player.
Looks like
Definitely.
Ghost wants this car. He's awaiting at the fence.
Ghost is watching. I wonder.
guy to get back
I
to his
think
car.
Ghost saw Prozen right there. We'll see. We'll see what. Oh, Prozen is pushing forward towards the car. Ghost is gonna pop out and maybe take some shots. Yes, here's the shots.
Ooh,
That
And
is-
very
he
effective.
landed.
Yes, that's
He
a great way
landed
to get a
shots.
car.
Now, all the loot is going to be contained in this car, so he's going to be able to drive around safely and loot a body at the same time, which is a very huge decision. Nice patience
Yeah, that's a double
by
whammy.
Ghost right there.
You get a kill, you get some points, you get a car, you get some loot.
Exactly. Notice how Pleasant Valley is absolutely filled. The center is huge. There's tons of loot and tons of players there. High risk, high reward kind of thing. We're going to be seeing a lot of players shift out of the map. We have a southeastern safe zone here surrounding the church and the new Heidegger Plaza. So we're going to have to see, how this map pans out. There's a lot of players far away that could find themselves on foot
It
or
looks
in the
like
gas.
Ghost was headed towards the dam, actually. Him and another player on the map.
He wants to get
Looking
all
bad,
looted up.
right? Yeah, it's not
With
a bad idea.
having a vehicle in that, the fastest one in the game at that, lets him have that flexibility for this game.
This is a similar safe zone from last game, except a little bit farther to the south. Last game, Harris Bluffs was on the north side of the safe zone, and now Harris Bluffs is not in the safe zone, but still the same side of the map, so we might have some similar fights. Oh, C14 Dealers taking out DTC. Nelson taken out fast. Oh my goodness, we got kills all over the place.
A lot of kills
down to
coming out.
133 players. DFPS also being taken out with an AR by Lyra.
Looks like Cranberry was almost empty there. It's interesting to see. There's a few point of interest in the safe zone, particularly the B7 hospital, and amongst others. There is like a lot of conflict that's going to be popping out here. C4T Dealer taking himself with a police car, getting himself a little bit extra biofuel, and moving. Now, this is where in the match where things are going to start dying down a little bit until players are forced to move and reposition.
Cat Dealer, I believe in you. I believe in you.
He's on the hunt.
All right, so the initial part of the game, the early phase of the game is starting to wind down. We lost about 25-ish players. What did we start with, 155?
Yeah, 155 starting players for this game, so there's 24
We lost
eliminated.
24.
Wow, that player does not have a helmet yet, running around with a pistol. Very unfortunate for him.
Bad news bears. Oh, we got another standoff. Somebody's lurking in the bushes. It reminds me of Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings. Eavesdropping.
Cue the music.
Now,
Alright.
this is the second kill on the feed that I've seen by Lyra FPS. Another player maybe to note. 2 kills already on the board. Let's see how he turns that out for the rest of the game.
Interesting strat hiding on the bush.
No, he's not leaving his bush. That is. Oh, we got 3 players within close range. Is the Bushman going to poke out and try to clean up the kill?
He's playing it patiently.
All right,
Shazam pushing in, knowing Capucha is hurt.
He
walks
walked
right past
him.
loses his armor.
He came out of the bush. If the Bushman dies, I'm going to be. Oh,
Oh.
no. That's why you don't leave your bush. If you leave the bush, you're going to get squished.
Unfortunately for SOAD, finding himself in between 2 players, played it unfortunately wrong.
What an
loses
upset.
his life for it.
What an upset.
Cat Dealer still lurking around trying to find these guys.
Pleasant Valley is like a death field right now. I would not want to be in Pleasant Valley if I was trying to survive.
In competitive games, it's definitely a place to avoid. You'll notice a lot of players on the outskirts.
I think last game, a lot of players kind of fanned out, and not as many players went to Pleasant Valley, and maybe that caused a lot of players to realize they should have gone to Pleasant Valley this game,
Yeah.
which has caused kind of an overload of players and a lot of fights and a lot of deaths.
There's the first sirens of the map,
Here
and
we
Gas is moving.
Another close range fight.
Shotgun
Shotguns in the
fight.
gas station.
Ooh, nice duck.
Jukes.
Inde Brazil turning it around and taking out Piff.
That was
easily.
quite the dance. That was quite the dance indeed.
Very, very swift movement by Inde Brazil.
No, it seems
Well
like
played.
they're waiting to move until the gas starts a little bit. pushing in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Players are not trying to move until they are forced to.
Now the players are simply going to have to go to, if they're in Pleasant Valley, they're going to have to go to the west. Safe zone is kind of west-southwest of the center of the map, so if they're in PV, Pleasant Valley, they have to move to the west. If they're up by Ranchito, they're going to have a lot of distance to cover.
Here we
We
have
got a little bit of a choo-choo train developing with those vehicles.
And Cat Dealers with another kill as well.
Cat Dealers is going ham. I haven't seen any kills from Banana yet.
Ooh, the hip fire spray coming out from Worsung, taking out Capucha. That's some free loot for him for now. It looks like he's going to get inside to heal. Masa finding himself playing safe, has a car, back
Nasa's
to
just
cover.
doing some deep squats.
Exactly.
Just warming up.
Notice the body armor right on his chest. That is a 2 hit. It's going to keep him safe for a while. He's trying to play safe, keep his gear in check, and wait. Look at him. Smile and wave to all the enemy players, knowing that
Smile
he
at
is
the
a
camera.
threat.
Hi, Mom. I'm on TV.
Chevy official lurking the fields.
Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Silent. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. And 1 FPS is trying to take some
Across
shots
the
on
lake.
one
Now,
away.
Unfortunately, and 1 FPS is in the bottom right corner of the map,
One away.
on foot, and the safe zone is in the bottom left. He has a long way to run. Doesn't look like he even has a 10 military on. He could be in a tough situation.
1 FPS is doing some serious work, getting some cardiovascular activity this game, and also placing second place last game.
We'll have to see. Show 0-1 with the ATV. A lot of players are now drifting towards the safe zone, whether on foot or in their vehicle.
The Denial ATV.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
The Denial's best.
No. That's the red one. Now we got our very own orange one.
Oh, very good, very good.
Ooh,
Ooh, we have some shots
losing
in
his
the
armor.
residential area. All of the fences are getting taken out. The owner of that house is going to have to get that fence replaced.
Now, we've seen situations like this before. A player hurt behind cover, getting pushed out into the open. Looks like he's going to take this opportunity to get away from the house as possible. But there is a full HP player in that house.
What?
He might not
he's
know.
facing
he
the
doesn't
wrong
know.
door.
Oh, he
know.
sees it. Oh
Facing
my
the
gosh.
wrong door.
He's shot in the back.
Official
expecting-
fail. That is a very fitting name for that player. Does not hear anything taken out of the game.
Official. Cheeky,
True.
cheeky, going around the back.
Now
He was
here's
expecting
one
a trick or
of
treat.
Brad's picks, Skipping Hell. Let's see how he
Yeah.
does this game. He did make it pretty far into the last game. He's definitely a community favorite out there, though.
We still got a lot of players. I think Ghost is still up. 1 FPS. Masa is still up. Banana's still up. ATZ is still up. 117 players remaining.
It's quite a
Safe
bit.
zone is pushing in. Again, we kind of see this pattern developing. The safe zone is announced. The safe zone, or the gas starts to push in. Everybody kind of reorganizes into the safe zone and finds a spot to post up. We got another fight going on right outside of a residential area. He's running back and forth, but it was not
Very
enough.
well played. GSC was the player
Octa.
that was originally one shot and unfortunately found a little lamb to sacrifice his life for, and now takes both bodies loots. So finding himself in a good spot there, that's for sure.
Yeah, he was definitely being patient, waiting.
Patience is a virtue,
It is.
especially in games like this.
Yes.
You'll notice a lot of players have seemed to have found body armors this game. I've been seeing a lot of 2-hit laminated body armors on characters, and if not, players are trying their best to make a makeshift armor, which, if you guys don't know at home, is a craftable armor that will protect you from, you know, a shotgun blast or a rifle shot, and will keep you alive a little bit longer, which is extremely important in this game.
The more armor you have, the better. If you have a 2-hit lammy, you're going to be in a good position. You're probably not going to get taken out as quickly as you would if you didn't have an armor.
Yeah. Gas
Yeah.
is pushing in.
Yeah.
Now notice And1 FPS is in the bottom right in the river. Will not be safe, so he is going to take some gas damage. Now, if you guys don't know, the longer you are in gas, you build up a meter called toxicity. When toxicity reaches 100, you're going to start taking more damage from the gas, and that is going to be very bad for players stuck out there early. Looks like we
Ooh,
have
we got a little
two-way
bit of a
fight.
Oh, and he
pinch
does not
situation.
see him. He doesn't see him behind him. Takes the shots.
Now, he's hurt. He's got very, very good positioning, but he's only at about half health, and he doesn't want to sacrifice his body armor. So he doesn't want to play over-committal right here. PJZ, if he had any nades, he could kind of flank the other player out of position, but we're going to see how it pans out.
He's going to use this ridge.
Now Brazil, no
Bad idea.
hesitation in his movements, quickly moving out of color to peek and effectively reposition here, putting himself at an even ground with Folini.
Yeah, they both have good positioning now. This is a pretty straightforward fight. However, if one of the players gets flanked from behind, then they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, Folini has a lot more breathing room with his cover and a police car to get away if he needs to. Looks like both players are going to back away.
Probably a smart play. In a
A
game
lot of
like
players
this,
outside of the safe zone, though.
Go get Tal finding
Wow.
himself in the gas. Renzow as well. Sapeka getting pushed upon.
oh, he's trying to escape with the Jeep. Is he going to be able to make it? He's kind of running into some
Ooh, looks like
blockades.
he
Yeah,
got his
he
car
hopped out.
stuck.
He did get his car stuck.
Fury.
This
Fox Zhao
okay, at
finding
this
himself-
point, that vehicle is not a viable way to escape because he's going to have to back it up and then run away. And by that time, he's probably going to already get killed by
Now,
Fury.
Fox
so we
is
have much of a
definitely,
standoff here.
Definitely giving him a window to heal up, though. Folini still in a fight with Indy Brazil.
Brazil
like the
and
tables
Brazil
have turned
hasn't
again.
left. They literally just switched places.
Yeah.
And we got another stand. We got 2 standoffs. This is intense. That car is basically useless right now because both of these players are going to be able to kill the other player if they hop into the
Folini
car.
bailed on that.
All he
so
needs to
we-
do is
once
break that fence. Oh,
Sapeka finding an ATV.
wow.
How convenient
Whoa.
for him, and it leaves the Jeep for Fury
GG.
Fox out and the keys. So I guess that worked out for both players.
Yeah, that was a mutually beneficial arrangement there.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, FPS got taken out. 1 FPS has been dropped in this second game.
And when FPS, that's going to be a huge blow to his score, finding himself at 105th in the match. Unfortunately, that is definitely going to drop him down in the standings.
Yeah, he's going to have to play very, very well in the third game to catch up now. Oh, we got shotgun fights happening.
STR
Nice.
FPS was
close.
third place last game as well, just going down 103rd.
Oh,
in
and
the
Wursung,
back
who
by
just
Q.
took him out, got taken out in turn. It's kind of the domino effect. If you
Yeah.
get into a fight, even if you win the fight, if there's somebody else nearby, they're going to clean it up. They're going to be the janitor. They're just going to come up and mop up.
Exactly. Now, notice how we were talking about it. Consistency is key here. Players like And1 FPS and STR FPS hit second and third in the previous game, now dying above 100, and that's where, you know, players are going to lose their scores and other players are going to be able to catch up. That's why these 3 games are so important, to be consistent, getting yourself into the top 10, living, getting kills when you need to. These their moves like that are going to get you knocked out.
Second place and third place already knocked off this game, which shows just how skilled all of the players are. All of the players in these games are very, very capable. Anybody has the ability and the skill to take it. All of these players in this game are royalty, one season or another, so they've all proven their skill. Speed draw getting shot at, trying to make an escape on the ATV. And we got some building lurkers trying to stay safe.
This guy might be a fan of Counter Logic Gaming, finding himself in the underwear on a rooftop.
We have another fanboy.
You gotta do it. You gotta do what you gotta do. Rolling around on the roof.
Lyra FPS is definitely well geared. He did net himself two kills in the early game.
He's in the tallest building in PV. What is he doing, and how is he gonna get away?
He's bird watching. I'm looking out for birds.
It's dangerous out there.
Birds are dangerous.
There is that hospital point of view, or point of interest we talked about earlier. Paulo finding himself
Paul's in
at
smoke,
half
health.
HP. Masa with the nade throw onto the tree.
Masa is the only one of top 3 from last game, still pushing through in this game. He was, just to remind you, he won the first game.
He is playing the aggressor, though. He is still trying to net those points where he can.
I can imagine, like, this game, it's not, I mean, it is about skill, and it's about ability, and it's about positioning and loot. But there's also a level of confidence that goes into it. If you're confident, if you're on fire, like, you seem to be able to land more shots, you get more consistent 2-taps, confidence is key, just like a first date.
Exactly. One of those, like, a key moment people at home might know about is when Stay Lifted won the Champions Arena game while on fire, under 20 HP. These players are capable of incredible things.
His confidence is through the roof right now because he won the first game. He believes he's going to be able to take out this fight. He's going for it, and he decisively takes out Paulo.
Masa not getting scratched at all, finding himself some free loot. And another, kill to add to the board.
And he's using that smoke to get that as well.
Masa is quickly becoming the #1 pick for this showdown, the South American showdown.
Definitely showing himself as a strong contender still.
Oh, we got a bad pinch. Oh, this is a bad pinch. I feel for the player by the tree.
Shownikov taken out of the game.
Bob.
Now the 2 remaining players. Oh, we got a close range fight developing right here. More shotgun shots and an AK. Oh, that one actually got really, really close.
Fury Dragons was in the top 10 of the standings.
Yeah, Fury got taken out.
I think Dallin used an entire clip.
Speeddraw losing his helmet, passing by on the ATV, has not equipped a new one. Definitely finding himself in a vulnerable spot.
It's a scary thing riding an ATV around with no helmet. You know that only one bullet stands between you and being eliminated from the game. Delani had about like 5 HP in the smoke.
Adapting the snake in the grass strategy here. Hiding himself in cover, laying down on the ground, pretending not to be seen.
You gotta do it. They can't see you. You can't see them. It works.
I think Bob's feeling it this game. He's had a couple kills. He just had that cop car. He drove away.
Bob has some positive moving momentum.
Now we notice that Ghost is still on the outskirts.
That was a very, very bold play. Kind of forced Ever to drive off there in the truck. Goani. Cat
dealer's making a move.
We got a lot of players in cars going around trying to stay safe, trying to find a spot in this new safe zone. Now, guys, this is the same spot right here. This is the same residential area that the last game almost ended in. So we have a lot of fights in this residential area in both games. We'll see where the next safe zone goes.
We have a chase here. Esquiador chasing down Everlucky.
Oh, they both hopped out. This got real quick.
The tree engagement. Shotgun rush coming out.
Cover, he's driving away.
It got too real. It got too real for him. He's like, nope.
He
hopped out of his car.
He can take this position. Now that the truck is taken out of the picture, he can definitely take that fight in his own
We're back at this fight.
advantage.
Oh, and he's taking damage.
Oh, he's
car
pinched.
on fire. Grenades coming out.
He's pinched. A grenade going.
It looks like that aggressive play is going to turn against him real fast, finding himself below 50 HP and depleting fast.
And we also got Show coming up. Now the terrain is a little bit slanted here.
That is a beautiful use of cover, using the tree trunk. Grenade coming out right underneath him. Everlucky NTC with a beautiful nade and positioning on that.
He almost made it to the sleeping bag. He was trying to get to the sleeping bag, but the grenade took him out before he could lay his head on the pillow. He will never rest comfortably.
Oh, this is a good bridge.
Comfortable now.
He's comfortable.
Let's see. We still have Renzao has been in the gas the entire game so far. He's finally about to make it out, and gas is pushing just a little bit further.
So I feel like a lot of people are moving north to kind of be on that north side of the circle.
Yeah, Masa's still
Not a
at the
bad play.
body.
Now,
Well.
one of the big differences between this game and the last one, even though the safe zone is on the same side of the map, is Pleasant Valley is remaining in the safe zone.
True.
Even in this next safe zone, a large portion of Pleasant Valley, about half of the entire city, is still safe. So a lot of players who spawn there, who are still there, I don't think they're going to leave until they're forced to. Lyra taking out another kill. I think that's
Banana!
Lyra's second
No!
or third. Banana!
Not banana!
No! Not the fruit!
We are seeing a worrying trend here of players that were in the top 10 of the first game are
Getting taken
eliminated
out.
very quickly. Skip and Ho finding
Consistency.
himself in a very, very tough spot. Throwing the smoke grenade out. Beautiful.
Oh, and he
Oh,
almost
wow,
runs
well
over.
done.
Became roadkill.
Jumps in the smoke.
No
tries to
helmet.
buy
Got no
himself some
helmet.
time.
I think is he pinched? Oh, he's in the gas. This is not looking very
Now,
good.
cat dealers might step away from this fight, even though.
Oh,
Beautiful
cat
nade.
dealer.
Dealing some cats.
Knowing.
One nade at a time.
It looks like, unfortunately, Skip and Ho actually dropped his helmet, unfortunately, instead of putting it on his head. Probably caused some fumbling in the
He
inventory.
just wanted to look at it for a little bit.
Looks like it cost him that split-second decision. That one mistake cost him his death to players like cat dealers.
Yeah, cat dealer knew that he was in the smoke, and he knew that he was in the gas. So his thoughts are, I want this kill. I want to pad my score a little bit. I've already damaged this player. If I throw a nade in the right spot, it's going to have enough proximity damage to finish off the kill. And he was able to do it because he couldn't stay there any longer because the gas was already there.
There's a player I'd like to highlight this match so far. I've seen him get about 2 or 3 kills. His name is Redson. He's definitely a community favorite amongst the competitive players. You guys might know Redson from just funny antics. Redson is a very competitive South
Sticking
American
out the.
player.
Oh.
Lipe has been taken out by Silva. Lipe. GG. One
Now-
more game for Lipe.
You guys at home, we are aware that h1z1.com/redeem is slow for some people trying to redeem the code. We know you guys are having some issues, so thank you guys for bearing with us. To give everybody more time at home, the code is going to be available for 2 more hours after the broadcast. So you guys are going to have plenty of time to get the code, and if for some reason you guys don't get it today, there's going to be 4 other chances for you guys to redeem the code. For the North America, the EU, the Asia Pacific, and the Australian Showdown will all have their own code for you guys to get this AR skin.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Looks like we have an overhead cam. A lot of players are going down. We're finding ourselves here with 64 players. Safe zone is closing in. Cars are going everywhere. Fights are breaking out. Now, just one thing, if you guys are in the showdown or if you guys are playing now, just a word of caution. Do not change your name. Do not change your name if you are participating in this event. You guys will only cause complications for yourself and us here at the studio, so please, a letter of urgency. If you guys know somebody competing, pass on the message to them not to change their name.
And the scores are based on your name, so if you change it, you're basically splitting up your score, and you do
Exactly.
not want to do that. So game 3, be sure you're using the same name as game 1 and 2.
Do not change your name, guys.
Unless you're confident enough that you only need 2 scores to top 10 in the showdown. But I don't think
Titanico.
anybody's playing that confidently.
Yeah, Titanico finding himself in a rough
One shot left
here.
running away in the yellow Jeep. Hopefully he's going to survive for another day.
Camping in a camper.
2 people actually next
Oh.
to each other. Chevy and EXE Kill right next to each other, just hanging out, having a little RV party.
They're hanging out in their RVs. Oh, it looks like Titanico could not drive away from danger fast enough. Got taken out by Trunks. 8K
That was a
spray.
very aggressive use of an ATV to finish off a kill, but you see players like this taking risk to net themselves these points.
Yeah, I've been seeing some risky plays in this game. Very, very risky plays. If you're on an ATV and you're driving straight at somebody,
Right.
a player could, quite easily spam you down as you're getting close. Ghost taking out another player.
Ghost is still in it.
Ghost is doing
Trying
much
to prove
better this
himself.
game.
Trunks at a trunk.
Trunks is at the trunk of a tree. How fitting. I wonder what the origin of his name is.
Ooh.
We got another crate dropping down. Again, in this game, I haven't seen any hunting rifle kills yet. There's a lot of danger going for the crates in this game. You not only have the airdrops, but you also have to stand still for 5 seconds to loot one of the crates. And if there's a nearby player and they see you standing still trying to loot the crate, they're going to fire some shots on you, maybe even kill you for free. So, one of the common strategies is to throw a smoke grenade at the base of the crate so that players can't see you while you're trying to loot that. So we'll see if any players are going to go for that, for the crate drop. I don't think anybody had a sniper rifle last game at all, so it was kind of it didn't factor in to game number 1.
Oh.
Ghost Bear finding
Looks a
himself
little
actually
familiar.
looting a body on the roof.
a
Looks like he
roof?
snuck up on somebody, netting himself some free loot here.
Ghost.
It's interesting to see
Top
how much
60.
of Pleasant Valley is actually still available. Masa finding himself in the open, confident, running around, roaming. Like, this man does not have fear at the moment. He is playing all the confidence in the world.
You know what would be an epic fight? Like last game, we had an incredible fight between 1FPS and Masa. You know what another awesome fight this game would be?
What?
Ghost and Masa. If they ended up fighting, that would be another battle of titans.
True.
It would be pretty good to see a fight between
Is
them.
Masa going to take the rifle?
Masa is aware of the airdrop. It looks like he's dodging the first wave of bombs. Bombs do come in waves. They are going to be dropping more and more, so it is even more of a risk to get this drop. But it looks like Masa is confident enough to sit there. He's going to go for it.
He's been playing so confidently.
Renzel finally coming out of the gas, only to be met by Ghost.
Renzo doesn't have that much cover. Ghost knows that he has the advantage if he can get some shots on Renzo before Renzo gets to the trees, but it looks like he's not going to risk it.
Definitely had to keep an eye out that the only... Oh my
Goodness gracious, what just happened?
Renzel, beautifully played by Renzel.
Taking out the rusher while Ghost is just firing upon them the entire time.
Ghost definitely did help there with the 25% assist, did help out Renzel, but really well played by Renzel, staying calm and composed during the con rush.
Yeah, he is.
What a play. Ghost is like, no, you cannot use that car. You cannot use that car. He doesn't want Renzo to have that freedom. Ghost wants this kill.
The thing with Renzel, too, that I like to point out, that he has been in the gas for a long time, more than likely already at 100% toxicity. Definitely going to factor in. He's going to have to move.
Masa. This is Masa. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Wow, Masa at a complete disadvantage there, turning and completely taking out Fa FPS.
This is why Masa won the first game. He has the clutch ability. He didn't even take very many shots that game.
Put on a brand new armor. It looks like he has a sniper rifle on his back as well.
Throwing nades into the smoke.
I can officially say I'm a fan of Masa.
Yeah.
All right, Ghost.
Now,
A confirmed baseball player. He's throwing some nades very, very far.
Ghost definitely has to be careful, though. I don't think the other player can see he's ahead.
Another close quarters fight. Who's going to take this one?
Oh!
That was unexpected.
Silent
kill. Unfortunately missed a few of his shotgun shots in a row.
Bob down. We've lost Bob.
Not
Bob. Ghost is committing a lot of resources to try to finish off
This has been
Renzel.
an incredible fight. Renzel was in the gas, in the middle of the gas. I don't think he has any cover. I think he went out there to grab some loot. He must be hurting on loot.
We still have a lot of players remaining. This last
45.
Yeah.
Gas
He's gonna make his way.
Gonna be moving here soon too.
I'm
Players
curious
are forced
to
to
see
make a decision.
what the next safe zone is, because that's going to affect how Ghost is playing. If the safe zone is pushing players out of Pleasant Valley, where Ghost is right now, he's going to be forced to leave the building, leave the safe zone. But we're going to find out right now. He hasn't left yet, so I think he might be safe. But
I think he has a vehicle somewhere in the city.
I don't know.
Waiting for him.
I don't know.
Local steed.
Ghost, he might have just kind of float around.
It's true. Not a bad strat.
So players are moving. Gogatel finding himself really close to Ghost as well. Masa on top of another player.
Wow.
Making the smart decision
That was a
not
smart
to
move.
jump there.
Yeah,
Definitely.
part of me was like, Masa has been playing super aggressively, taking a lot of risks. Is he going to hop out? But he didn't, and I think that's the smart play.
Masa just keeping a fight at a range. That
Renzel
truck
with
being on
another one,
fire.
too.
A three-way fight going on here between Kovad, Math. Ooh!
Oh! Pulling out the sniper rifle. He missed the shot. He didn't actually get that kill. But now Kovad knows that he has the hunting rifle. I think Masa...
Kovad at one shot, too, leading in the gas. Might not have a chance. He could go down here very well. Masa leaving that kill to the gas. Down goes
Masa was
Kovad.
not able to get that kill because he choked on the gas. But that's okay. Masa's still alive. He has got a pretty good condition Jeep. He's still got a lot of health, and now we know he has the hunting rifle.
That is huge for a player like Masa.
Big.
Being able to one-shot players at a distance is a huge, huge advantage in this game.
Ghost is still on the roof. We have, is that gentleman across the street in the camper?
Yes,
I think
he
he
is.
is.
Mr. Burns, right in the camper.
Oh, we got two players in the camper. We got a
Oh.
camper roof fight.
Wow, look at that.
Would you say that they've gone camping?
Now,
gone
these are
camping.
the best of the
And a gas
best of South
station.
America.
All right, there's the safe zone. The safe zone is about to get small, pushing just to the southwest of Pleasant Valley, just to the north of the U.
Wow, this
Masa
is
in the safe zone already, but a bunch of players. Brazil, we got NP, we got Chevy Official, we got Tay-Tay, we got Press, we got Toxic Money. Everybody's on the border and in the
I
gas.
think Tay-Tay is going to go down. He's pretty far. Yep,
Yep,
and
there
he's
goes
down.
Tay-Tay.
A lot of gas sets this game. It's going to be very similar to Fight for the Crown. You know, you're going to see players, no matter how good you are in this game, you can die to the environment.
Masa is still looking like he's in a great position. Everybody in the city right now, it's kind of mind games. Everybody who's in the city, they don't want to leave first because everybody's going to shoot them. But if they leave too late, they're going to choke on gas. So it's about finding the exact right time to leave their camper, to leave their roof, and try to get into the safe zone. And if they don't have cars, they're going to have trouble. Another close range fight. It's
Silent Kill pushing up
Magrin.
right on Magrin. It might be able to get a pick.
Silva
Smoke grenade
is
coming
right
out, but
as
not
well.
in time.
Oh.
Silent Kill getting the Silent Kill on Magrin.
I
Very
think
well
we
played.
can all agree this game can be brutal at times. Even if you successfully kill another player, you feel good. You're celebrating.
Looks like
Whoop,
GhostBR
someone
jumped
gets
on
you from behind.
the smaller roof, and he's going to look like he's going to heal up and try to make a run for it.
That was an
for
Assassin's
his
Creed
money.
player right there.
Masa apparently lost his car. He's in the middle of a campsite. Smoke grenades coming out, trying to buy himself some time. Not sure what happened. Oh, his car is smoking heavily off to the side. He's in a tough spot here.
You know, I think his strategy was to throw the smoke nade so people didn't know his car was smoking. You know, just kind of blend in the smoke to add to the smoke nade. Definitely. Don't show your enemies any weakness.
Looks like Ghost is making the move first. I wonder
Right
if
by
those two
Lyra.
are still
Lyra
alive.
Ghost is
is
going to
inside
run right
this
into a building with
building.
Lyra. Ghost, Lyra is in the building. Oh, he went onto the roof. A smart play, a smart play.
I've noticed a lot of these players will avoid going into buildings like that because it very well could mean death.
Dun-dun. Dun-dun. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
There's now
Right.
moving. Another
It's looking
airdrop.
Like
coming in.
we actually have a fairly similar situation in this game than we had last game. The safe zone was kind of out in the fields. We had some hills, we had some trees, and this safe zone is going to be very, very similar.
Silent Kill picking up his probably 4th kill of the game, too.
One away has been taken down, 30 players remaining. Lyra taking out Enzo. Now Lyra and Ghost almost ran right into each other, but they didn't.
Lyra has picked up quite a few kills on this game as well.
Enzo FPS has been dropped, laying dead in the building.
Masa
Masa with the hunting rifle. Toxic Money,
Cat.
flanking cat dealers.
Oh man, I was really pulling for cat dealers this game. Fantastic game for cat dealers though.
It was.
Great kills.
That feline was taking out a lot of players.
Oh,
Oh,
losing his
Masa losing the helmet and in a pretty bad situation.
Conveniently placed helmet on the ground, though.
If I was Masa, I would hop in my car and leave, even though it's, well, okay. He's got pretty decent
Ooh,
cover.
Burns down.
He's got pretty decent cover with those broken down trucks.
Burns down.
Burns
Sweet
down.
Molly.
Burns down has been burned down. Or maybe it's Burns as in sideburns.
True.
Burns has been shaved. Oh, an
Nice
open
shots coming
fight,
from trade.
and it
Wow.
was a trade.
Trade.
Both players hitting body shots. No headshots
In
hit there.
this game, that's pretty much as close to a 1v1 as you're gonna get.
Toxic Money coming out behind Kokotao. Out of the gas, Kokotao turning, hitting switch shots, and
Toxic
actually losing the
Money.
fight.
Toxic
Money
Money coming
able-
out of the toxic gas. Is he gonna choke on the gas? No, he made it out. He made it to the rock. He might be able to heal.
Looks like we
Silent
have a
Kill
push.
getting pushed.
Toxic
No,
Money getting pushed. He might go
Toxic
down here.
Money.
Silent kill with another kill.
Watch the kill feed
Adding
for,
those add-ups.
for Toxic Money. I'm watching the kill feed. I don't think he's gonna make it unless he threw on a
This is
procoagulant or something.
absolute chaos. Toxic Money at 1 HP on the rim of the gas.
Toxic
Actually
Money.
made it out.
That is insane.
Smoking
You know what?
guards.
Those two players that traded, I think that trade saved Toxic Money's life. Otherwise, they would have taken out
Ooh,
Toxic coming out of the gas right behind
Impressive
him.
shots from Masa, actually taking out that player in the police car. Masa absolutely confident in every sense, in the center of everybody, shooting the hunting rifle, spraying at cars. This man is the essence of confidence right now.
This is insane.
I think that's the way to play this game.
Yeah, you get to the
Game
center
two
of the
with
safe zone.
confidence for sure.
Ghost BR taking
You
out
fight
another
everybody
player.
off so you don't get pinched, you don't get flanked. He's been using smoke nades, he's been using his vehicle, he's been using cover very, very well. I also saw that Ghost is still in this game. So we still have some of the top picks. We
Yeah.
might get that Titan versus Titan battle between Ghost and Masa. I will get so pumped if that happens.
Ghost has just been eliminated from the game.
Sicko.
Unfortunately, the caster
Oh.
curse hitting him again.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ghost. That one was my fault. I
We're
shouldn't
almost
have
in the top
mentioned it.
10.
I
Masa,
11
shouldn't have
left.
mentioned it.
this is
In
huge
fact-
for Masa, noticing that he's already in the top 10 with kills. Boom, top 10 has now been hit. Silent
Yeah.
Kill BR eliminated from the match. Redson 2-tap going
Redson.
on as well. 9 players
Toxic
remaining.
Money is, guys, okay, let's be real. If Toxic Money comes back from the situation that he was in just a moment ago and wins this game, that is going to be incredible.
Masa using the sniper rifle instead of the AR, he would have had that kill, I believe.
Definitely choked on those shots right there. Putting
Yeah.
himself in a bad spot, repositioning, trying to take a situation a little bit differently. Looks like he had to abandon his car. Smoke grenades are out across the entire arena.
Now, even though Masa hasn't been hitting his shots with the sniper rifle, there is a positive effect you have simply when you shoot the hunting, or when you shoot the hunting rifle. It kind of has a mental effect on your opponents. If they know you have the hunting rifle,
A Googa down.
then they're going to play a lot more passively and a lot more conservatively against you and not peek you too much, which might kind of mess with their shots.
Masa taking off an armor and a flesh shot on the passing ATV, and off camera took a sniper shot to somebody's head and eliminated another player. 6 players remaining. Masa showing dominance.
This entire game, from start to
start to
finish,
finish.
he has completely been.
Nothing can stop Masa.
Yeah.
He's just tracking
Trunks
around.
is driving around on the ATV, has not found a spot to heal. If he's not, aware, he's going to go down here.
Now, if there's players behind Masa right now, he's kind of in a bad situation. Toxic Money has been able to heal back up from right near death.
Let's hope he doesn't
It
die.
looks
in the
like
toxicness.
There goes Trunks again, finding himself in a bad spot, going down.
Toxic Money might have some shots on Masa here in a little bit if that line of sight is accurate. Is that Toxic shooting at him? It is Toxic and Masa, the two legends in this game. One almost dying, one winning the last game. Masa is doing the juking back and forth to try to avoid getting hit. Toxic Money is gonna take it easy, make sure that he's not gonna get pinched. Toxic Money is super close to the Toxic Gas. I don't know.
It's a very effective East North American strafe
That
right there
is.
coming out of Masa. I should say East South American strafe coming
this
out
is
of
the
Masa.
South American
That's for
Showdown.
sure.
That's right.
Definitely well done by
South
him.
Americans
Notice
can
he
do it
didn't
too.
lose his armor. That's a key factor for this fight. He has not lost his armor. And
Yeah,
Caster Curse
Caster
striking a
Curse.
guess. He loses his
GG.
armor. But Toxic Money is at a disadvantage
Sniper.
with gas on his back. Ooh, Masa landing a body
Toxic
shot.
has been put into a bad situation, taking damage super close to the gas. The gas is pushing in, even if he is on the right side of the safe zone.
Masa finding himself at 1 HP.
Masa
He might be
throws
going
smoke.
down here.
Masa throws smoke.
Masa taken out of the game, but still 5th place with a lot of kills is going to
Yeah,
net him.
he's gonna be
definitely.
up
Fifth
there for
place
sure.
and first place. Now Toxic Money is my bet. Let's see if he can do it.
Lyko getting pushed into the open, losing his armor, half HP, is definitely in a bad spot here. EXE kill not even stopping.
All the players are kind of equidistant from each other. We got Toxic Money who's on a rock, who Sicko FPS might be able to get some shots on. Lykill and EXE both being pushed by the gas and both very, very damaged. Toxic is...
Lyko going
Oh.
down to the gas. This
But
gas
great
is
game
deadly.
nonetheless.
All right, here's my suspicion. I feel like Toxic is going to get pinched between the last two players.
Looks like he's going down.
He's in
right
a
here.
pretty bad
Smoke grenade
situation,
coming out.
but he has the smoke.
Not in
No,
time.
it wasn't. It was sort of
It's a 1v1.
1v1
All right.
between Sicko FPS, which the man with the ritual in the lobby, versus EXE
Sicko
kill.
FPS, the questionable emote choice at the beginning, versus
like-
EXE.
That's definitely a good ritual for him. He got himself
Second
in the
place
top
so far.
two.
One will win, one will die.
Now,
They're both far enough away, so EXE is going to be able to heal up before they start fighting, and it's going to be a pretty fair fight. We got some trees for cover, we got some terrain, we got some rocks.
Sicko playing the smart card, playing a little bit aggressive. He's going to stop EXE kill from even being able to get to cover. See,
Pushing
taking
up on a
that
tree.
choice right
Taking
there
terrain, that's smart, that's
is
smart.
definitely going to give him an advantage. EXE kill finding himself with just a small hill for cover to hide at a line of sight. If he is forced by gas, he's very well going to go down here.
EXE has a very good, like that ridge is very good because Sicko's not going to be able to shoot him. All he has to do is crouch and he's completely hidden. However, the safe zone is gonna be what determines this game, I think. Unless one of them gets an incredible 2-tap very quickly, the safe zone, whoever is in the safe zone the longest and whoever doesn't have to leave is going to have the advantage. So we'll see where the safe zone goes, or we'll see if either of the players can use
EXE
nades.
kill is actually in nade range. He could throw a frag grenade behind that tree and land a very, very nice kill for himself here.
Definitely. This is pretty intense.
Helmet off
helmet
by
from
Sicko FPS.
This is coming down to it.
The nerves are setting in. Who's gonna win?
Can you imagine what's going through these players' thoughts right now? Game 2 of 3.
I'm going to give it to the underdog. I'm going to go with EXE kill for the win here.
And Sicko was the one who took out Masa? Was that correct? Just
I
a
believe
moment
so,
ago?
Yes, between the pinch.
I believe so. He took out one of the Titans. Let's see if he can take out the next Titan.
Grenades coming out over the rock.
EXE
Just falling
juked
short.
over to the hill. I really want to see the safe zone. Who's going to be safe? By the way EXE is moving, I don't think he's in safe zone, but
Sirens
I could be
are
wrong.
out. Gas is moving. We're going to have to see now. EXE kill taking 2 shots. One to the helmet, one to the chest.
Half health.
He very well
Sicko's
could go
pushing.
down here.
Oh, he's going back. He's
Sicko
going
with the
back.
nade. On top of
Oh,
him. Doesn't
Oh,
finish.
he's at like one
That's
health.
going to be a finisher right there, ladies and
Oh.
gentlemen. Sicko FPS with the game-winning
With the
kill.
nade, he did not leave him
Wow.
enough health, and EXE has been taking out Sicko. Mr. Questionable Emote has been the winner of game number 2
Wow.
Congratulations.
Showdown. Woo! What a game.
Very
Amazing.
to stop EXE kill to even being able to get to any cover. He played it beautifully, hit 2 beautiful shots, and then used that to get an aid.
Yeah, he
Definitely
applied
one
the
in the game.
pressure. He
Yeah.
applied the pressure. I always say the best that you can do in H1 is try to take as much control as you can. Taking control of the fight, whether that's taking territory, using grenades so that your opponents cannot take cover, whatever you have to do to have as much control. The vehicles as well give you more control in the game, whether you want to take a fight, run away from a fight. And he definitely took control in the last part of that game, and he got the win with nades, with shots, with raw skill.
Yep.
And he did it.
It's pretty amazing to watch. That one was exciting.
I'm going to have to say that we, on the analyst desk here, maybe we should keep our mouth shut when it comes to players, because every time we highlight a player, they seem to be a very terrible fate in the game.
I think it's when you highlight him.
I did it that game. It was me that time.
I mean, we're
as well.
highlighting these players, and unfortunately, they're going down. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'm rooting for you.
I'm
and
like,
then
oh, Masa's going to win the game. Dead. Oh, Banana's going to dead. I just can't seem to call it right.
we definitely have to give some credit to Masa that game.
Yeah, that was
Fifth place,
fantastic.
a good chunk of kills, played confidently. He's definitely going to still be in the top 10. He might even be still in the #1 seed for this game. We're going to have to see it when the stats are available.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna be
excited to
it's
see
gonna
that.
be it's gonna be good to see the scores. We're gonna be able to see the top 20 scores from game #2, the game that we just watched. We're also gonna be able to see top 10 scores combined from game #1 and game #2. We're gonna see how the names have kind of shifted. We're gonna see if some players who got maybe around 10th to 15th place have done well enough to kind of push into the top 10. We're going to see if players that did very, very well in the first game, if they didn't do well in the next game, we're going to see if they fall off the top 10. I'm curious as to the players who got top 10 in game #1 but died early on in game #2. It seems like a lot of the players who were very strong game #1 didn't have the consistency carry over into the second one, so they might not be up there yet.
Two key players to look at. And 1 FPS and STR FPS both went out of the game around 100th, despite being top 10 of game 1. So we're going to have to see how much they fell in the standings after that, unfortunate performance. It's going to be interesting to see where these players stand now.
Exactly. And there's still one chance left. There's still one more game.
I
We're
think
2/3
Masa
of the
might
way
have
through.
secured that top 10 with those two performances.
It's definitely impressive.
Really good.
Definitely
Yeah.
impressive.
Masa, even if Masa dies at the beginning of
I
game
know.
#3, he might still be,
in good standing.
boosted enough with the points.
Do you
to be
think
top
he'll
10
still play
overall.
aggressive, or do you think he might take the passive approach?
It doesn't
for
seem
this
like
last
he's
one?
a very aggressive player. He's very tactical.
Yeah.
He takes fights, but you notice that he also runs, too.
I thought he was rather aggressive.
was
this
very
He
game,
was
aggressive
though.
this
aggressive
game.
than
Yeah.
most players in the game, but he did choose to run away from multiple fights, which was smart.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
It
He
kept
has
him
the
alive
smart,
a
good
lot longer in
condition,
that
too.
game.
For sure. If I was him, if I was Masa, I would just do everything that I could to stay alive. Do everything that I could to get into like top 50, top 30, and then obviously play the best of my ability to try to get first place once again.
At this
Try to
point,
secure that
he
AR.
doesn't need kills. If he gets
Yeah.
anywhere close to top 10 this game, he probably will net himself a gold AR-15.
Yeah.
I was really surprised to watch cat dealers move through the city and outside of the city and still stay alive during
Yeah.
the entire match. That was really amazing to watch.
Cat Dealers was very, very
Yeah.
strong. Picked up a
interesting.
couple kills, survived the Pleasant Valley onslaught. One of the highlights of that game for me, and this might be because I'm a little bit of
Was
a
it the
troll.
man in the bush?
The man in the bush. The man in the bush was my favorite.
Unfortunately, he met a terrible fate.
I want to rewatch that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. He was sitting in the bush. One player ran right past him. He came out and was like, "Now is my time to shine. I've been eating blueberries this entire match, but now I'm going to take my time to shine." And then the other player just turned around and was
It's
like,
true.
"Boom! Not enough antioxidants for you,
Yeah.
apparently." Poof.
I'm
Deleted.
going to have to say my favorite kill that game had to have been when Toxic Money finding himself in the gas. Like, he is at a complete disadvantage and actually turns on Gokatao and wins that fight and comes out with one HP.
That was
Toxic.
amazing.
Extremely impressive,
Toxic.
and he even netted himself later on into the game. It was well played.
Toxic played so well in surviving that fight. It was almost heartbreaking to see. Like, for me, when I'm playing H1Z1, King of the Kill,
Mhm.
Battle Royale, which I do often.
Oh, I think we have our match results ready.
Oh, we
Sorry
got
to
our
cut
match
you off.
results ready?
Let's
Okay.
take a look.
Here we go.
All right, we
Wow.
got top 20 from the first game. We also have the top 10, and this is the combined. This is the combined right here. So from game #1 and game #2 combined, we have Masa obviously dominating, winning the first game, and getting 5th place in the second game, taking a very, very strong score. This is the positioning of game #2. Toxic Money in 3rd place, Sicko in 4th place, EXE Kill in 2nd place, Masa in 5th place. Trunks taking up 7th place.
Code 1.
Ghost BR taking, that's who I was looking for. Ghost with
Oh.
12th place. So Ghost still isn't top 10. This is the combined scores once again. So let's see. Let's take a look at some players that were able to prove themselves. And 1 FPS right now, sitting in 9th place. He was the winner, or no. He was 2nd place in the first game, and he died fairly early in game number 2. But he still did well enough to still be at 9th place. Same with Stir FPS. He's 10th place. So this right now,
This third game's gonna be.
they're borderline.
tricky,
They're
yeah.
gonna have to really do well in the last game in order to stay in top 10 for that gold AR. Toxic Money, of course, still up there. Very good. Very
That
good.
was a great game.
That was a blood pumping game for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest joining us for today. It's a pleasure to have you. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
you.
Did you enjoy that last game? That was a pretty intense game.
It was a pretty intense game. I really enjoyed it. The rooftop with the cop car coming in into the gas right there. It was good. I didn't expect to see that at all.
Right.
Excellent. Well, it's our pleasure to introduce you, Tony Morton. He's the lead systems designer for H1Z1 King of the Kill.
Yep.
I think we have some questions for you. P90, take it away.
Yeah. What can you share with us about the shotgun?
Yeah, so the shotgun's
Shotgun
always
update.
been a very big topic when it comes to King of the Kill, right? And so some of the big things we did in this last patch was look at the consistency of the shotgun. So we increased the pellet count, decreased the damage per pellet, which resulted in a little bit more consistency. The old pattern that was in the shotgun was a lot of RNG. And so the new pattern is actually a set by design pattern. With a less variation of RNG, small rotation on the pattern, which is great. And then a few other things was headshot crit damage. So the old shotgun actually didn't have that, and the new one does have a headshot damage multiplier.
Very
and so
good.
what that does is it just leads into a much more consistent feel, especially when it comes to headshots.
Yeah,
with
I
the
know.
shotgun.
It's probably a constant battle trying to find the right place to balance the shotgun where it's not too overpowered, where it's going to be able to turn around every fight, but it's not weak so that you still have a purpose for picking it up. And I know a lot of players have been talking about the new update, because this is a this probably one of the biggest updates from the shotgun within the recent couple of months. So I know a lot of players have been having a lot of success with those headshots with the shotgun.
Yes.
So that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Now, just to get your insight, because you know the shotgun so much better than probably most of the players do working on it. In game number 1, the first game of the South American Showdown, out of the 155 players, there were 57 of them. 57 of
That's
those
a lot.
players got killed by a shotgun. What are your
Right.
thoughts on that? What's your insight on that?
Well, I mean, that's you look at the ratio. That's a lot of kills with the shotgun. But I think a lot of the outcome of the shotgun changes will come into the play spaces that they were encountering, right? So, if a lot of players happen to land down in the city and they went for the action, a lot of the interior spaces, warehouses, even residentials and cabins, it's like the shotgun becomes a pseudo favorite weapon in that instance because of its consistency and your ability to kind of land shots with it.
Yeah.
And so I think a lot of the outcome as far as kills per match go will depend on where people are landing, where they're playing, and how they're handling the distances between them and their opponents.
Yeah, if they're forced into close range fights, depending on the safe zone, if they're forced into close range fights at the end, or if it's going to be more wide open like game 1 and 2. Speaking
Absolutely.
like of the locations that they're going to be and the locations that
Yeah, I
they're
have
going
a
to be playing at.
I have
Yeah.
a question regarding the locations. Do you think the new POIs impacted the pacing with the
Oh.
shoddy?
With the shoddy, yeah. I mean, so if you take a look at the new POIs we've got, the shipping plaza is a little bit more in line with what we had in the map already, but we've got the hillside estates as well as the shipping depot, the one with the huge crane. Both of those, because of elevation as well as just general structure, can lead to more shotgun fights. The ability, especially in the shipping yard is nothing but shipping containers. So that thing is very, very tight on the inside. So it definitely favors the shotgun.
Okay.
And I think the new POIs, as far as pacing goes, just in general, well, it won't impact the overall pace of the match. It can impact and give you more choice when you first spawn in. So if you're looking
Right.
for more of a intense fight, then you have more options than you used to. And I think that's kind of a good way to kind of look at the new POIs and any new additions that we add to the map.
Definitely. And I'm sure players appreciate choice, whether they can go somewhere to avoid fights or to take fights, and what type of fights. Along the lines of close range fights and close combat, what are your thoughts as a player, because I know you play the game, as
Yes.
well as a developer, what are your thoughts about the shotgun being used for close range versus using an AR hipfire at close range?
Well, I mean, that's a good question, right? And it's AR hipfire, AK hipfire versus shotgun. A lot of it comes down to the distances. Now, personally for me, if I'm up close and personal, the shotgun should come out on top because it is that get the shot, especially now with the headshot. So you land them in the head. I mean, that should outpower a hipfire AR at any point, even a hipfire AK, because the shot is so instant, and it's it's one of those very reaction. Now, if you whiff, well, that's a different story.
I know it's kind of hit, pun intended, hit or miss.
Yes.
If you go in with the shotgun and you take a shot and you miss, your enemy is going to have some time before you can shoot that next shot to kind of catch up with the AR. If you're spamming a bunch of shots, you can get 5, 6 shots off. If you miss 2 or 3 of them, you're still going to be hitting them with a couple of bullets.
Exactly.
But it's like, it's risk reward. Like,
It
what are
is.
you more comfortable with? What's more effective based on where you're taking the fight? If you have good visibility, if you're going to go in blind, things like that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a huge choice, right? It's choice.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What excites you about the future of H1Z1? What is the most exciting thing for you?
That's a really good question. I would say I think honestly the most exciting thing for me when it comes to H1Z1 is our ability to put the past behind us, continually deliver solid content, fix the things that have been requested forever. I feel that we're making good strides against a lot of those things, and really getting the game, for me, getting the game to a state in which it works well as it was intended to is massive. Because H1 is one of those games that when you play it, it's got really high highs and really low lows. And, depending on the type of low that it is, whether you get, outplayed by another player or whatnot, it's removing any of that extra stuff that isn't your fault. And for me, it's really smoothing out that experience for people because it's so intense. When you feel like you get robbed, it really, really stings.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, most of the players that have been playing this game a long time, they're very passionate about the game. A lot of the streamers that play the game are very, very passionate about the game. And we love the competitive feel about the game. So that's really, really awesome. And I asked Brad the same question, but I'm going to ask you the same question because I'd love to get your insight on it.
Yeah, totally.
What's going through your head, and what are your thoughts when you see the game that you're working to develop and that you're helping build and help perfect and smooth out? What are your thoughts when you see players playing it at the highest level possible, like in the Showdown event, this event, or in the Fight for the Crown tournament? What are your thoughts? Are you happy about that? Satisfied? Is it unreal or is it surreal?
Oh, it's incredible, right? Anytime that you see somebody take content you've created and not only play it, but do things with it that you never expected them to be able to do, it's invigorating, right? Because it's inspiring, and you just want to do more of it because you want to see what else somebody could do with it. And so it's a great moment.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I know nothing about making a video game, though I do love playing the video game. So I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's one of the gets you out of bed and gets you to work every day, and it's when Monday morning comes, it's just as exciting as Friday afternoon.
Very cool. Not a bad case of the Mondays here at Daybreak.
Not at all.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Do you have any insight on the pacing of the gas progression in the middle of a match?
I do. Okay, so gas progression in the middle of a match is it's a sticky subject, right? Because everybody goes to the quick answer of, well, if there's less players, just shrink the ring. The one thing I try to consider as a designer is, well, what about the dude who didn't find a car and is stuck at the edge of the ring and is literally just running trying to get to the gas ring? And so when you start to mess with the pacing on that side of things, it becomes it's touchy. I would like to find ways, whether it's around the gas ring or other systems, to help ease out that middle lull. Because there is. You land in a game, you're finding loot, you're getting kills, and then there's that downtime.
It kind of cools off where the aggressive players have either died off or killed a lot of players, and the remaining players are a little bit more passive, and everybody's kind of
exactly.
lurking around.
Yeah.
And you're kind of, as an aggressive player, when I watch you guys stream, you guys are basically looking for shots and trying to pinch somebody. And then as
We're impatient.
Yes, as a casual player, hiding behind a tree, trying not to get shot.
It's
and
good
so
for new players, but
it is.
Yeah,
it is.
experience. You want those quick fights.
Yeah, and so I think the gas can play into that, but I think there's some other systems that we can do too.
Yeah, like along the lines of the pacing of the gas, like right now in the map, 2 minutes into the game, the safe zone is announced, and then 5 minutes after that, the gas starts pushing in. So you have 7 minutes when you drop in before any gas starts happening, and then you have the time that it takes for the gas to actually push into the first wave, of course.
Yep.
I remember a long, long time ago, the pacing, back in the original map, the pacing was like 12 to 15 minutes into the game before the gas would push in, and it seems like players were stuck in the gas a lot more often, whereas now, because you're warned about the gas a lot sooner and you know where it's going to be, you have time to react to it. Even if you don't have a car, you can still run to the safe zone. Unless, of course, you're not paying attention to the gas like I sometimes do, and I'm juggling fruit or distracted, and then all of a sudden I turn around and there's a big green monster coming at me.
Yes, and we're trying to do some things on that to give people a heads up when they're not in the safe zone when it's been announced. And there's actually been other discussions as well. Not going to say it's going to one way or the other, but is the idea of what happens if the first ring was exposed when you spawn in. So you kind of know where it's going to be. And it's up to you if you want to drift out to try to get loot, or do you want to kind of stay safe to the zone to save yourself some time.
That's true.
Yeah, lots of things to think about.
That is,
Very
that would be
interesting.
interesting,
Awesome.
starting out with this circle.
Okay. So I got a question for you.
Yes.
So this is your place of employment. We're at Daybreak Studios right now. This
It
is
is.
where you work. This is where you come
Are you sure?
Monday through Friday, and oftentimes on the weekends
Yes.
to do your job. And all of the developers here, this particular weekend and this week, Daybreak has hosted myself and P90 Princess and Pineapples and a number of other competitive players in the game. You've flown us out here, and we've been doing some play tests on some content and talking about new stuff and ideas and having us here. How is it, from your perspective, to have all of us hooligans, us gamers, come to your place of employment and play games and hang out? I know we've gotten to see some of the studio, we've gotten to see some of the workplaces. It's really, really cool. But how is it from your perspective when all of us are here?
It's amazing. I mean, wish you guys could be here more often, right?
Yeah, we do too.
It's one of those things, right? So like you look at the history of H1, where it started, how it kind of progressed, how it has ramped up over time. But when you take a look at it, you know, a lot of people look at the game, but then if you look at like Twitch for a good example, and like what you guys have done with it at home, like the two are in parallel. You know, you guys came up and we came up with you, so it was one of those where we grew together. It's one of those where you get players that have 5, 6, 7,000 hours in the game. Like, you guys know this game way better than I do. Like, it's just it's truth. I mean, I understand the spreadsheets and I understand the math and I understand what I'm trying to do with it on a very analytical standpoint.
But when it comes down to the feel of the game, when you move your mouse, when you shoot the gun, how it actually feels for you as a player,
yeah, like
getting that feel.
Yeah, you guys own that. Like, I can play the game a whole bunch, but it's going to take me years to get where you guys are at. And like, so you guys in the studio giving feedback, watching you play, like, that's priceless. And I could never expect to get that on my own.
That's cool.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
It's been awesome. I can
Thanks
for
speak
having
for
me
all
on.
of us having just being at the studio. It's been a really, really cool experience getting to be here, getting to see some of the
Yeah.
creative process. And as a player and as a member of the community, I can say how much I value just simply feeling like I have a voice and I can put in feedback and that it's being listened to. And it's really, really cool to be able to be heard and to take a role and an active role in the development of something that I'm so passionate about, a game that I love, a game that I've been dedicating a year and a half of my life to, playing this game and streaming this game.
Yeah.
It's an awesome experience.
And it's, you know,
Yeah, it
it's great, especially like, obviously we can't talk about it, but with the stuff that you guys are looking at now, having the ability to show you guys some of these things that we're thinking of is a much better sounding board than just a bunch of designers in a room being like, hey, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Like, so it's incredible. It's irreplaceable. It really is.
That's cool.
Thank you so much.
But it's been an awesome time. It's been an
Yeah.
awesome time. Any predictions for this next game? Any upsets? Any exciting things that we have that you're expecting to see in this last game?
Speaking of game, I think we're about to go into the game.
We're about to start the next
actually.
game number 3.
Yeah, I think it's time.
Okay.
All right, let's turn our eyes to game number 3. We're back in Fort Destiny once again. I wonder if we're going to see any promiscuous emotes this time.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see anything. Some people doing some backflips, some squats.
Game number 3. This is what it all boils down to. There are players that have more or less secured their spot in the top 10. There's players that haven't done very well in the first or the second game. Everybody's going to be playing basically how they have to play in order to get up into the top 10 for this third one. If players haven't done well, they're going to do everything they can to try to win. If they've played well, they might be playing a little bit more passively. But
Right.
we'll see. We'll see. We've seen some of the upsets in this game. We've seen some of the shots that people have been making, the plays people have been making. Has there been anything in these games, P90 or Pineapples, has there been anything in these games that have surprised you? Has there been anything that surprised you about the decisions that the players have been making?
For me, it wasn't exactly the game that was surprising, but when we're looking at the new top 10 as of game 2, I noticed that And1 FPS and STR FPS were still in the top 10 despite getting 100th in game 2. It's going to be interesting to see if they can pull back and really secure that spot in the top 10. Masa looking brilliant, still being in first place, despite not winning that second game, but having excellent performance.
And he's leading by a large amount. Can we take a look at the points? Can we take a look at the top 10? Yeah, let's take a look at the top 10.
That's
This is
huge.
the combined score from game 1 and game 2.
Wow.
Masa taking 5th place in the second one, but he's still leading by like 85,000 points or something crazy like that.
Looks like he's
and
going to
Masa,
secure
yeah.
himself a gold AR. Even if he doesn't exactly do well this game, I think he's in a good running for it. And one FPS, I know being a crowd favorite, has a good chance of being able to net one as well.
I'm pulling for him for this one. I want to see him in that top 10 spot. He, I mean, being the leader of preseason 3 and 4, you want him to be in that top 10 situation.
He's gonna fight for it. He's definitely not gonna go down. He's probably taking second game. You know, he's like, all right, I messed up a little bit. I can bounce back.
Yeah, definitely. So
It's
let's.
a scary situation though, being that close.
Masa getting himself an iconic look there. I think I'm going to see a lot lot Greasy Joe
That's
shirts
what I was
coming out.
thinking. Yeah.
Oh,
he's making it
oh,
famous.
looks like
oh no, he's getting
Masa-
the fight for the crown hoodie, maybe.
Oh, look at that.
He doesn't
Friendly
want Greasy.
sportsmanship.
Aw,
Oh, look at that.
Friends.
Would you look at those flower pants though?
Can you
Now
please?
just
Those
don't
are
find
shirts.
each other. Oh,
Of course. Oh,
well, friends are quickly enemies as
Yep.
the Battle Royale game number
They're
3 of the
parachuting
2017
down. Here we
Showdown
go.
has begun. Parachutes are inbound. All the players are going to be spreading out across the map here. You know, we're going to see, again, particularly a lot of people in the center of the map. Masa being in the top left corner all by himself. Looks like he's going towards the city, trying to get as much loot as he can.
That surprised him. I would think that if he had the spawn to the far northwest,
Yeah.
he would keep going to the northwest, but he's kind of coming back down to the southwest.
Looks like landing a G4 compound. We have a few people rushing this police car. This is a very contested spawn.
Oh,
Banana with the car steal.
Banana, the pineapple's
I guess-
fruit brother.
I guess you can say he's
Oh,
pretty
this is, oh no,
slippery
this is not
there.
looking good. Oh, this is not looking
It's like
good.
Burns ran someone over.
Oh.
Oh, we got G or C.
Look at these
Eddie.
players.
They're in shambles right now,
Shambles,
trying to figure out what they're
McShamblesome.
going to do next.
It looks like all they found was a Molotov, and now they're running away because they have no weapons and they do not want a fist fight.
There is
Exactly.
not.
Piney, if you were in that situation, I know you are a phenomenal fist fighter. Your fisticuffs in H1 are legendary. Would you fist fight in that situation, or would you run?
You know, for a solid gold AR-15, I don't think I would put any fist fight on the line. That's for sure. Masa netting himself another car. Now, that's going to be key. He's going to be able to loot a lot of buildings in the city and escape when he needs to. It's definitely a good start for him. Our
I'm
player's
wondering-
already
I'm
going
wondering
down.
how Ghost is doing, and I'm also wondering how that Bush guy was doing.
Ronnie Barricade with another kill.
And 1 FPS is taken out. Pasa Tempo, and 1 FPS is still in the game and fragging out, it seems.
Now, I was talking to some of the other South American casters. They were taking a note to look at Sapeka. Apparently, he's a 14-year-old player, but he's absolutely at the top of his class, showing, you know, the other players that age doesn't exactly matter. They're gonna, he can be, you know, an up-and-comer and absolutely destroying the competition. So someone we're also gonna have to look out for.
And one is back in-house in residential,
This is his
starting with the
favorite
same
place.
plan, yeah.
Oh, there's the winner of the previous game, game number 2. We got Sicko. Sicko is in close proximity. Oh my
Christopher.
gosh.
Christoph, right
There's
next
a lot
door.
of fights coming out. This is
Christopher
Pleasant
Robin.
Valley. This is the heart of the map right here. Shots coming out.
Oh,
PK start
helmet off,
losing his
helmet
helmet.
off. Is he going to have time to throw another helmet on?
He's at the new plaza.
Still taking fire.
There's a nice 2-hit on though.
Very
He's got a two-hit
interesting
Lammy.
movement.
Is he going to leave?
Wow,
Oh, there's
very
somebody coming in
nice.
behind him.
Oh.
Oh, he's pushing in to try to clean up the fight.
Oh,
Whoa.
wow. PK Star actually
PK
netting himself
Star.
both
he
of
got-
those
yeah, he got
kills
both of
and
them.
all the loot. Well played.
That
Questionable.
quickly turned around for PK Star. It went from a bad situation to a
Christopher
good
with the
situation.
potato.
Christopher Robin.
But he actually pulled it together. Pedro finding himself being a one-shot, his feet being
Oh, no.
vulnerable,
No,
trying to
this
play
is
this
not
to the
looking
best.
Good. This is not looking good for Pedro.
Hopefully Xiao does not get impatient, plays the distance, and does not get
Pedro has a
shot into the
shotgun.
fence.
He might pull a clutch shotgun shot if Xiao is playing. Oh, he's behind
He didn't
him.
even see him.
Unfortunate time to turn his
I'm
back.
not sure
for
he was wearing headphones.
Pedro is a sneaky beanpot. He's a sneaky beanpot.
Unfortunately, and one FPS is taken out of the game early. Looks like he might be losing his top 10 spot.
And 1 FPS.
Can we
We'll
get an
see.
underdog to win this game, though?
We'll see.
Who knows?
We'll see what happens when we add up the scores after this game. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of change-ups in the top 10 after the third game,
Definitely. You're going to see a lot of
with
upsets,
the
too.
exception of, you know, the Titan we see before us right here, Masa.
Yeah.
I'm not
See,
sure
there
what
is
he is.
Sapeka right there by Masa. Sapeka is the 14-year-old. Definitely someone to watch out for, a key player.
Burns.
Last game, Burns got burned down.
He did.
Let's see if he's going to be able to escape, or he's going to get shot down.
Man.
No, he
No,
didn't.
oh.
I thought he
Yeah,
died.
I know, I saw
it
that.
looked like he died.
You know, he got his first kill in this game with his Jeep. He ran someone over.
Oh,
Yeah, one of the first kills of the
incredible.
game. Not a bad way to start.
well, Burns has not been burned down quite yet.
A lot of fan
Yeah.
favorites are going down early, too. Skip and Ho and 1 FPS are taken out of the game.
Oh, it looks like Masa got into a little bit of a fight. Got into a scrap, a pleasant exchange of bullets. He's healing up. It looks like he might be trying to... I don't know if he killed somebody or if he...
For
You know, I'd
some
say he's
reason, he's
going
looting
shopping.
M1911 gun and ammo. Looks
Oh,
like we
to
have a
each
fight
their
breaking
own,
out
I
here on the
suppose.
G4
Oh, this is gonna
compound.
be it.
Shotgun's
Shotgun
coming
versus
out.
AR, shotgun versus AR. Cave knows that if he gets pushed, he's going to get taken out.
Ooh.
And Cave does get taken out. That was a little bit too aggressive. I think he was probably pushing the compound to grab more loot, not knowing if there was a player there.
There's an armor right under you. You dropped your armor, buddy.
Sicko.
Could have been damaged, perhaps.
It's true.
Didn't want it.
Or maybe he doesn't have enough inventory space. Kristoff and Sicko very, very close together. Kristoff? No, okay. There is a strategy that I don't see used very often, and it only kind of works if you're staying in the same spot for a long time. If you have a completely full inventory and you do not want to take the time to go into your inventory and make a new armor or throw a new helmet on, you can actually drop an armor right next to on the ground. It's easier to simply just pick up an armor than it is to put another one on. So I sometimes see players do that late game if they're posting up in the same spot, but I don't think he would be doing that in that building right there. So that might have been an oversight.
Let's see. Enzo FPS finding himself in the south side of the map. There's a lot of players here. Sirens have not gone off yet, but we're going to see, you know, hopefully we get a different safe zone. It looks like we do. We're going to be centered
way north.
around the east side of the map, covering up a Humperdinck Reserve, which is an iconic mountain in the map, especially in competitive play. We're going to be seeing a lot of players already that are on the west side of the map. Like, look at, let's see, we got Cali X2 way off into the side. You know, there's tons of players like way out of the ordinary. If they don't have a car, they are gonna be out of luck.
Tokes and
Yeah,
Tiago are
Tokes
both
at A6.
way
Wow, he is at his
off.
grandfather's farm over in A6.
Oh, Sicko taking out Lipe.
And people up here like Sapeka and Masa are in the opposite corner of the map. Guerrero
Oh,
in
does
the
he see
open
Guerrero?
field.
He does
Guerrero.
not.
Wow,
All
It's
right.
a free kill right
very
there.
lucky.
It looks
He's-
like he might be focused on somebody by the tree, or maybe somebody farther away.
I'm not sure what Daisy is doing at the moment. He might be
Daisy,
confused.
Guerrero's right behind you. Daisy, look behind
Lines
you.
up the
Wow.
shots.
Guerrero is timing his shots, and he opens
Beautiful.
fire.
He-
The gig is up. The spam crouch. He starts to return fire. A little bit of potato happening on both sides, but now it's going to be a 1v1 between Dazzly. Oh, Dazzly is
Wow.
pushing into the
Guerrero
forest.
Yeah.
I was not
at
expecting
half
that at all.
HP, definitely in throwable range too. This could be a difficult spot for him. If Daisley plays this right, Guerrero's going to go down taking another shot to the flesh.
Dazzly hit him again
Might
with
be
a
done.
Ooh,
pre-fire.
he's pretty low.
Jiminy Christmas.
Guerrero is at
This is looking
26,
bad for
you know,
Guerrero.
HP.
Oh,
at
the
least. He
Molotov.
could survive 2 shots.
Is he going to make... Oh, Lucas
Redson.
and Redson.
Are the gods pleased? That's the real question here, Redson. You're asking yourself, Can you do it?
Dazzly. I think he took him out.
Redson
Redson
wants
with
that
the
kill.
flashbang. Very effective use of a stun grenade. Not pushing, unfortunately.
Dazzly took out
Dazzly
Guerrero.
did take out Guerrero in
Yeah.
that previous 1v1.
Right in
Dazzly
the
was able
open.
to do it. Guerrero
Daz-
made it pretty far, though.
He did.
Redson and Lucas still having this fight. Now, if I was Redson, honestly, this is the last game. You have to do really, really well in order to boost up from lower on the leaderboard up into top 10. Probably hop in that car and drive off.
Lucas is equipped with a 2-hit body armor as well. There is 2 vehicles in the
There's a police
vicinity
car
for
as
both
well.
of these players, so they can very well back off. Redson's still trying to play the aggressor here.
Another play could be Redson might want to retreat with a
Lucas
police. Oh,
pushing
he's
in the
pushing.
open.
Lucas is pushing into the open with. Oh my goodness! And pushing him with a shotgun now. Shotgun
Wow.
blast going off.
300
Oh,
shots
oh
later.
my goodness!
He does not make
Redson,
it.
the gods are not pleased, my friend.
Redson was not.
Fortunately,
able
you
to
have been eliminated from the match.
GG, sir. GG. Lucas
Shot from
getting shot
behind.
while he's healing and looting. Oh, and he got taken out.
It's an unfortunate spot. I mean, he made a bad call there to sit there on a body bag and
He
heal
did.
in the open. Unfortunately, that's a player mistake. And good timing.
Yeah,
Cannot
Lucas
be.
had been fighting for like 30 or more seconds, and any player around them would have heard that for a while.
Capucha finding himself a kill on 5 FPS. there's still going to be a lot of players hanging out here. STR
Stir,
FPS going
Stir
down.
FPS, third place in the first game. He was in top 10. I believe he was 10th place for the combined
backseat
games.
gamer.
Now, this is actually a good strategy. Masa sitting out in the backseat using another car as cover as well. Not a lot of players are going to notice him just hanging out here, so he could be very safe.
Especially because the back of his car is kind of like pushed up against the Jeep, so it doesn't have very good visibility into that vehicle. He's just trying to survive.
He's hanging out. Like
survive.
Masa is just spending he's going for placement here, guys. He is not going to be fighting. Masa is just going to be hanging out,
Or
waiting.
Not
he
a
might
bad
have gotten
decision.
arrested, put in the backseat of that police car, and then just forgot about it. Forgot.
It's not
It's
the way
like,
you want to go.
Gabriel chasing Kanabi here. Kanabi just finished off Lucas from the Redson and Lucas fight. Kanabi running away, trying to just get to safety. Gabriel Batista taking the aggressor here.
Yep, and no shots. Now, the player in the police car, he's wanting to get some shots off on this ATV because the ATV is so exposed. I don't know if it's a good idea to get tunnel vision and keep pushing him like that, because you never know what might happen when you move around like that.
Indy Brazil and Math are in the fight. Math are taking 2 shots to the body. Indy Brazil at his advantage, taking his car.
Is he going? Is he gonna rush
wow.
him?
Going for the quad rush. Shotgun's coming out.
Wow.
Wow. Indy Brazil with the aggressive rush actually pays for it with his life.
That was very, very gutsy. That was incredibly aggressive of him.
Gonna have to take notes, other regions. If you guys are participating, we have seen a lot of open pushes like that go wrong. You know, you might not be too confident pushing in to fights like that after watching the South American Showdown. Definitely.
There have been a lot of pushes. Somebody will be down to 1 shot behind a tree, but then will pop up with a shotgun and clutch the fight. It's happened multiple times in game 1, 2, and now in game 3.
And definitely remember, guys, you guys have the Showdown AR code SHOWDOWNSA to redeem. The website is experiencing problems a little bit, but the main menu is working. So if you guys go on the main menu and enter Showdown SA, you guys can just spam it. You guys will get the reward. So if you guys are impatient, you need it now. Like, it's your AR and you want it now. Go to the main menu of H1Z1, enter in Showdown SA, and be sure to grab yourself a new skin.
And once again, that code is going to be available today only until 2 hours after the broadcast. There is no limit on how many players can redeem it, but only 1 per person. If you do miss it today or if it doesn't work, don't worry. We are going to be doing another showdown tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That is the Australia time zone showdown. So if you guys want to tune in, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow.
Masa, not a care in the world, just driving backwards, sirens on.
Like a pro.
This man has the confidence of a gold AR.
He has the confidence of a great goat.
Math R finding himself 10 HP or less in an unfortunate fight against Kiko. If Kiko just pushed up, he has a body armor. This fight is going to go wrong. Math R shooting the truck.
Is he just... Maybe he might have been spamming the truck in case Kudo hopped in. Oh, is Mathor going to get pinched from behind? No, never mind. That driver's far, far away.
Kiko definitely had a lot of opportunity for kill here. Lost his window, and now he's going to lose his car for it as well.
Yeah.
Car is on fire. Rush comes out from Kiko.
Oh
Wow.
my gosh, again!
Defying all odds, Math R has stopped 2 people from killing him.
The underdogs at trees are impossible to kill.
I feel like we've seen so many fights start like that, and the clutch happens with that shotgun.
The underdogs always win. If you're almost dead by a tree, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
you're not going to die.
Good. Now, it's definitely a keynote to thank Daybreak for removing the cancel animation. It allows skilled players like this to peek out effectively, you know, use their cover, pop a shotgun blast, get back inside before they take damage. And you're definitely seeing it come into play with this most recent patch.
Definitely.
All
right, let's overview the safe zone. We got Ranchito, we got Zims, we got the residential area, and we got east of the river as well. All of Pleasant Valley is getting pushed out of the city.
A lot of people outside of the gas on the west side.
Everybody in Pleasant Valley.
Are they on foot or do they have cars? Do we know?
This is honestly impressive at how many players are avoiding the safe zone.
True.
Like,
they want that.
There's almost nobody in the safe zone.
It's like the safe zone is the toxic gas. We can't be in the safe zone. It hurts.
Yeah, this is an interesting strategy coming up from all these players. And, you know, you don't know what's going in the mind of other players at this point.
Right.
Players will do anything. It's reckless. PK Star landing 2 shots onto the enemy. Splash Los Cientos in, you know, pushing. Like, he's in a truck. He's at a disadvantage. He can very well be caught and killed.
Look at that mask. Fantastic.
It's a nice-looking cigar hog mask, I see
He
right
maybe
there.
just got it from the most recent Legacy crate.
That's
it
true.
Could be a
lot
fresh
of
hog
players
mask.
that. Oh, a shotgun fight in the residential building.
Tex taking down Mit 1 with the shotgun fight. We've seen a lot of these house engagements, you know. definitely it's a risk to enter in a building like this. You never know if somebody's going to be sitting there in the corner with
You
an
gotta
armor and a
be ready.
shotgun.
You got to be prepared.
And
Definitely.
look at Tez right there after that fight, put on a brand new armor. So
He's
it's
got
like,
another 2-hit. He's
Yeah.
ready.
you got to be careful.
I really want to see the shotgun total at the end of these 3 matches.
Yeah,
It's
here's
gotta be
another
ridiculous.
underdog fight as well. See, another underdog, but unfortunately,
Oh.
Pedro breaking the streak and going
Pedro's
down.
not able to clutch it. He did get a nice headshot before he went down, though, but it wasn't enough to take him out. Did I just see Bananas die? Did
No, I
Bananas
think,
just get
I think
taken
Bananas
out?
live. Masa,
Okay.
Masa's pistoling people. That's how much this man doesn't care.
Masa knows.
Masa
knows
is using
he's
the
got that AR.
M1911, which is like a mini AR. He's taking shots. He hit the other player twice. Bellini in a bad spot
What a
here.
ledge. Is he going to actually kill
Masa.
him with the... Oh!
Oh.
He took out the
Masa,
shotgun.
you know, he was like, all right, let's not get too
let's
confident
finish this,
here.
Bellini. Let's finish this. He pulled out the shotgun and decisively ended that round. But
Very
what a-
impressive.
What a play. So going into the mentality,
Again, another fight. Masa losing his body armor. John the first taking shots. You know, this is going to be impressive. To see how Masa handles this fight. I don't know why John is pushing out into the open. Smoke grenades are going up.
He's John the First.
John the First.
He's
He
feeling
is John
confident.
the first. He's, you know, hopefully he's
John
John
got...
the First to die.
Yeah, hopefully he's got John the Second to carry on his legacy.
Goiano
Oh,
pulling in with the...
Masa's, okay, it looks like we got a bit of a triangle developing right here.
This might be a
Goiano
square.
and John the First and Masa. Masa's kind of backed away behind the smoke now. He might be healing up. He lost his car.
And John is taken out. The bloodline of Johns is now gone in South America.
GG John.
That's impressive. Masa, you know,
He's still fighting.
look
with
how
the pistol.
confident this man is running around with
Okay,
the pistol.
well let's take a look into what he's thinking. He's gotten first place in the first
I
game.
feel
He
like
got
he's
fifth
smiling
place.
right now.
Yeah.
He's
He
comfortable.
knows that he got the AR. I don't
Yeah.
think, even if he died right now, I don't think he would get bumped
Bumped
out of the top 10.
And
So
I think
No.
that's
he's
what he
just
cares
having
about.
fun.
But imagine being #1 in the South American region. Like, that is still a big, you know, item up for grabs. If he plays this right, he could be #1 of all of South America in this
Yeah.
tournament.
All he
Yeah.
has to do is get relatively high placement, and he's got it. And talking about the players in the game that did not do well in game #1 and did not do well in game #2, game #3, even if they do really well, they might not get enough points in order to place
True.
top 10. If they win this game,
Mhm.
I would think they would have enough points to get top 10.
And
But we'll
consistency
see how the
is
math
key
works out.
here. Consistency is key.
I've just been seeing so many players playing so aggressive that it kind of surprises me that players aren't trying everything they can to just simply stay alive and get the win at the end.
At this point in the game, I'm pretty sure panic is kind of setting in for the players. Like, people really want this gold AR skin. Like, that is a coveted skin, and it's going to
Definitely,
be.
definitely.
So players, you know, are going to you're going to pull out all the strings here. You're going to go take strides to get more kills, get more points, get into the game. And it's going to put people out of their comfort zone. Then they're going to make mistakes. Like, for example, we saw the player accidentally drop his helmet instead of putting on a new helmet in, like, a time of panic. And
Yeah.
that's going to happen more and more as this game goes on.
Exactly. They're playing for broke here.
Looks like we have the airdrop dropping right outside the Zims store. We're going to be curious to see if, you know, maybe Masa or another confident player is going to be going for that sniper rifle again.
Silva seemed to be rolling up on it right as it was dropping.
Yeah, Silva's looking for it.
Yeah.
He's in the clear. Notice how, like, the center of every game has been pretty empty.
Sicko
Sicko
fighting.
FPS.
This is not a good
Nice.
situation for ASJ.
Yeah, Sicko FPS, game 2 winner, netted himself a little bit more points here. Silva eyeing that airdrop easily. Sicko FPS, unfortunately taken out of the
Oh,
game
from
by Flash
behind.
FPS
Wow.
with the sneaky kill here.
Sicko took too much damage in that first fight. That's what's brutal, the domino
Masa
effect.
losing his helmet, taking a fight into the open, full
Oh,
confidence,
wow.
losing his armor, now retreating back into cover, finding himself at one shot. Masa might have taken a step too far on this one.
Oh, Masa.
See, this is time where other players are going to hear this fight.
If one person comes up behind him, he's
Text
done.
coming out of the gas. Masa might not be aware.
Post.
And he's shooting.
Now, Tex could be a key
Brosnan
role
is
in
getting
this fight.
flanked from Flash. Is Flash FPS gonna? No, Flash FPS is really far away. Never mind.
But there is Tex coming right outside of the gas line.
Yeah.
Masa
Shoots
is going to
him
be
in
the
the
first
back.
person in his sights for sure.
And he's only at half health. He has a makeshift armor on, which means he just has to get shot 3 times, and he's toast.
We got Mr. Doomax. Goiana rushing with the ATV. Completely naked. We're doing the flame hopper strategy here. Tex
Not
finding
a bad
himself in the
strat.
open. 2 shots into the body. 50% HP and lowering fast.
I think Masa got really fortunate that Tex didn't come out right behind
Yeah.
him, but
Right.
instead down the road a
Now
little bit.
Masa's just punishing
He's
Tex.
just making plays. Okay, so the sniper rifle. Let's talk about the sniper rifle. Game #1, the sniper didn't really have much of an impact. I don't think anybody got it. I don't
Ooh.
think anybody got any kills with it.
Doomhax, hold on, Flame.
Oh,
Doomhax
oh,
using
oh,
line of
oh,
sight
oh,
with
oh.
the shotgun, and gets absolutely destroyed. Kind of pushing a little bit too wide on the shotgun rush there.
Doom has
Rato,
been
the
doomed on the
global.
mountain.
Yeah, just hanging out. Just
Oh,
looking for a place to party. Toxic Money, one of the MVP plays from Game 2. Finding ATV. Tex getting away with a sliver of life as well.
I don't know if Masa will let him get away though.
Yeah,
That's the
Masa
thing.
is
Masa
not
might go
does
in.
not seem the player to
To
easily
let
let up on
something go,
somebody.
definitely. He's going back with the pistol.
There he is with the pistol.
Taking the shots on the police car.
Now, Jogo, he is number 4 in preseason 3, and he is pretty high up on the leaderboard. So this is somebody we want to watch as well in this game.
Definitely. He hasn't won either of the previous games, but if he does win this last game, then I'm sure he's going to have enough points to place top 10.
His top 10 finish rate's 14%. That's pretty high.
That is pretty high.
So he might have some strats under his sleeve. I mean, up his sleeve.
Epic survival strats. I mean, that's what it comes down to, surviving and getting kills. Let's see. Now, last game, Masa got the sniper rifle last game. And even though he didn't land all of his shots, he was able to get a kill with the sniper rifle. And I'm sure it helped them out by making the other players fear getting shot with the sniper rifle. So we'll see if anybody grabs the hunting rifle in this game.
Now, if you guys at home are unfamiliar with that spot, that is a new point of interest called the Hillside Villas, right east of Pleasant Valley. It's a hillside with a bunch of different houses, a bunch of different loot and hiding spots. Currently in the safe zone, but it might force a lot of players out. Ghost BR finding himself in the gas. Using a truck may not be the most reliable vehicle, but it will get you where you need to go.
Yeah, if
So
you're stuck
he
in the
is,
gas, it'll be better than your 2 feet for sure.
A lot of players call this technique riding the gas. Basically, they push into the safe zone with the gas, so it's at your back. You have a less chance of getting shot from behind because most people won't be hiding in the gas.
Oh,
Wow, unfortunately, that player was hiding in the gas. Jesse Trajano taking out a Preste OX.
Oh, and is he going to get shot in the
he's
back?
going to get shot right in the back.
We have Ron.
Ron does
Yeah,
not
Ron.
see him.
I
Or
know
he's
that
not
name.
wanting to fight him.
Jesse pushing up right past the garage. Ron probably hearing the footsteps in the jump coming out from the player. Jesse has the shotgun.
Knows about
I
Ron.
don't know.
Ron
is just
sneaky.
hanging out with his pet cat. Look at that. That's a beautiful picture.
I think it's his dog Baxter.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Ron.
dog. Oh.
Yes. His
Oh, okay.
many leather-bound books.
I see. Ghost BR.
Yeah,
Ghost
Kinda
is
trying
still
to-
in this game. Very good, very good. He's got his truck. He's got some mobility.
Masa netted himself a police car somewhere from a previous fight. Just kind of driving around, taking fights, avoiding.
I am amazed by Masa's ability to play this game and not
The
get
seat swap.
punished.
This is huge. He switches to the back seat to be able to use the car's cover and shoot. Masa.
Oh, and this
taking
might be
shots.
for Masa.
Masa,
No.
unfortunately,
Down.
taken
The
out of the
king,
game at
the Titan.
54th. A little bit too confident. Almost turned around against Young Thews, but Masa does go down. I still
First
think even
place.
with that placement, he will be able to net himself a gold AR,
I
but maybe
believe
not
so.
first place.
First, fifth, and 50-something.
He played well.
Definitely played well. A high
Yes.
averaging placement on this tournament. Well played to you, Masa.
I mean, being a player in this game and seeing Masa go down, I feel like a little bit
A
of
sigh of
confidence.
relief,
Yeah,
yeah.
confidence might be built now, and people might be feeling like they
That's
have
true.
a chance.
That's true.
I know I would.
Like, aha.
I'm sure Tex is sitting there in that house still. Whew, I'm alive.
And Ron.
Yeah.
Ron with his dog Baxter.
I feel like in this point in the game as well, people with vehicles such as Ghost right here, at this point he's probably thinking what his next move is going to be.
Now
And,
cars are pulling up. That's a fight, but there was a player off in the distance. That could be rough. Ghost finding himself against Yukon TV, losing his helmet.
goes along.
And
Ghost
is
BR.
down.
Ghost lost his helmet, got hit in the
Wow.
body, and then got taken out
No,
by
he didn't
Showa.
get killed by Yukon. He got actually killed by Xiao,
Oh,
who was
yeah,
on
that's
the
right,
gas
that's
line.
right.
That was a three-way fight, 50-50.
Whoa.
Banana PO finding himself crossing the base of the mountain in the wide open here. Airdrop coming out. It looks like it's going to be landing along Mosquito River for the players.
Rato, I don't know if he sees him on the hill. He has no cover, though.
Tokes
Toxic
takes
Money.
out Silent Kill.
Toxic Money playing safe now.
Silent Kill did really, really well in the last game. He got a lot
Yeah,
of
he
kills
did.
leading up to the top 10. Placed well. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, because he only got 50th place in this game.
It's interesting to see that the City Branchito is still actually safe. Players are probably going to have to be leaving at this point. Toxic Money taking the ATV, flipping it,
Ooh.
unfortunately, but
Oh, no.
hopefully
Banana
he can
Peel's
recover.
still alive.
My man Banana is very slippery. He's bobbing and weaving, trying not to get shot, shooting up at Rato the Global,
Up
losing his
Banana!
helmet.
Right. Banana
A
down.
little too long
The
on that
caster
peak.
curse.
The
Once
I feel like
again.
we've seen him
Poor-
die every
Poor
game.
Banana.
Banana, I'm so
Every
sorry,
game.
man. I feel like this is our fault.
I guess he got peeled from the top.
Oh, feels bad, man. Feels bad.
Gogatao finding himself in the bin. A lot of these players are going to be forced out of Ranchito soon. Siren's going out. Gas is moving. Looks like there's only like a few select players left in this city.
Oh,
Shotgun's
shotgun fight
coming out.
in the...
Splash
Taken out,
Loco
taken
taking out Ronnie Barricade. Ooh. Mita, Japa, BR.
He's
listening
pushing
for
in
the
to,
fight,
he's
pushing
pushing in to clean up the fight.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's taken out.
Do it.
That's
That's
a
like the
Chug.
20th time there's been somebody very, very
take
close
notes.
to death.
Take notes, players. Pushing
Yes.
into that fight might be your death. There's
Overconfidence
almost no
killed
reason.
the cat.
Almost no reason to push into buildings like that if you're unaware of positions, enemy players' positions and their health. It's risking death.
And
Holy
utilizing that
moly.
shotgun in those situations can really benefit you as well.
Exactly. Cars
Kill.
going out.
The shotguns have been killing a lot of players this game, but
Yeah.
also players have been missing with their shotguns a lot.
Or have they?
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm kidding.
There'll be
We've
a lot
definitely
of
seen a lot of whiffed shots on this particular 3 games.
whiff shots, a few like hipfire AK, a few hipfire AR fights as well.
Yeah. Zandel finding himself next to Ninja Chileno 4K. They're just hanging out next to each other, having a barbecue in the backyard.
All right, the safe
Jesse.
zone is getting smaller and smaller. It's pushing players, I believe, out of Ranchito just to the south. So we're going to be seeing players readjust to a newer, smaller safe zone. We're going to be seeing players moving closer together. Ooh,
and it looks like the next
I
safe
like
zone-
This
Yeah,
safe
this
zone.
is good.
It's going to
This is
be
a good safe
open.
zone.
Now, the thing with this safe zone you have to keep in mind is that building right there, Zims, is going to be a highly contested spot.
Yep.
There's players that are going to be running in there for safety or using the parking lot as an effective tool for cover. The layout has a lot of concrete walls and cars that you guys can use and hide behind, so you're going to see a lot of players rush for that point of interest.
I feel like having this sniper as well in this safe zone is going to be a huge advantage as well. You've
Exactly.
got that tree line, the river.
I think how
Really
the
nice
river is going to the river like spaces players out very, very well. There's going to be fights happening on one side of the river or the other. I'm sure players are going to have visibility on players on the other side of the river and even be able to pinch them maybe. But because they're going to be so far away, they're not going to be able to decisively get those shots, and they're going to be able to give those players more time to react and more time to juke around if they start getting shot at.
And
But
if
we'll
that
see.
if that safe zone switches to
Ooh,
the opposite
Jesse
side.
finding himself dead right in the arms of Mr. Gano
I
here.
have an ATV delivery for you, sir. Here you go.
That could be huge for
Could be
PRP
very
Gano.
helpful.
That is an ATV filled with loot.
All right, right now, everybody in Ranchito, they know that they have to move to the southeast to get to the safe zone. Everybody in Ranchito is they're all gonna be funneled into the same area, which is kind of gonna be a massacre.
See, this is one of the things I was pointing out. This is the Zims parking lot. A lot of cover for players to use. Like there's broken down cars, concrete walls, all effective tools to hide and use as cover in firefights.
Tiago, the bush is your friend. Last time somebody left a bush, they never saw the light of day.
Gogatao being shot from
unless
behind,
they're
it
getting
seems.
pinched.
No.
I like
No,
the spot he's in right here. He's got kind of his own
It's-
little
He's
cover.
got cover from both
Yeah.
sides.
And he has a getaway ramp just in case.
Yeah,
That's
to run
true.
off.
Tiago definitely taking that small window of time
Tiago
and
has a
landing
great
good
spot.
shots. Nades are coming out. He knows where the player is. Throwing a nade high up in the air, risking a headshot, but a nade coming out,
It was
missing.
a little bit too far. Now, F3 is disadvantaged in this fight simply because he has no cover to his back. Tiago has cover from behind, but F3 does not. So if somebody comes up from behind him, or if somebody is over by the gas station, they're going to be able to get free shots on F3, and Tiago is not going to be able to do very much about it or Tiago doesn't have to worry about his back.
I know a lot of people back home are rooting for Gogatao. Hopefully he's able to, clutch this, get away, get to safety, and make it into the top 10.
Are we going to have a out of the fire into the frying pan situation? Is F3 going to
no,
leave
she's
the
going
fight
in.
right
That's a risk.
into
Bob down.
Zims?
A lot of kills coming out. Ranchito being forced out. Finally, you're going to see everybody rushing like towards Zims in the river. This is going to be huge. There is a lot of cars in play. You'll notice, especially on the east side of the river, a lot of players are in cars, bobbing and weaving, trying to make it into the next, safe area. False sense of game sense or awareness there, and definitely missed an easy kill.
I'm curious if Tiago's going to utilize that position he's in to get people coming out of the gas, pushing towards Zims, and he's just going to stay there this entire time.
I think it kind of depends on where the safe
Yeah.
zone goes. If Tiago is going to remain in the safe zone, he's got a powerful spot. I feel like someone either has to do one of two things. They either have to push him, hop in, fight him close range, which I don't think is a very good play, or maybe throw a grenade right into that little slot that he's inside.
There is a police car right there. It looks in moderate condition, definitely drivable.
Oh,
Tiago's
Tiago's
moved.
left. Tiago, okay, that must mean the safe zone is leaving to a different direction, maybe. I don't know. Tiago, what are you doing? Hop back in your little
Yeah,
cubby.
that was an amazing spot.
Hop back in your OP
SMK
cubby.
is actually in a pretty good spot too with the truck and the wall at his back. He's got a lot to cover, a lot of places to peek from.
He does. He does. I really, really like the fights in this parking lot. I haven't seen very, very many
Yeah,
fights
same.
historically in this parking lot before, but this is a good one.
Tiago.
Leaving the cubby,
How do
had
you-
his back
yeah.
exposed.
If he would have been in that cubby, he would have been protected from both sides, but unfortunately he left, and he got shot in the back.
Now notice how a lot of the players, like Go Get Tao especially, avoiding the cars, being on foot in this kind of endgame environment, generally turns out to be a lot safer too.
Is he gonna take
Splash
the spot?
No, she's
Loco,
gonna take the cubby.
50 HP, coming out of the gas right into the parking lot. Looks like he's got smoke grenades out. A lot of players are actually coming out of the gas too. This could be rough for players sitting here in the parking lot already established.
The
Safe zone
zone's
is
going
pushing
south.
away from Zims into the river.
Good.
Players are going to be forced. Go Get Tao, unfortunately, taken out of the game.
Fury also just getting dropped as well. Oh
So
my
many shots coming
goodness,
out
more
here.
shots. Hop in the cubby.
Yeah, I know. I feel like after this match, we're gonna see a lot more people sitting in that spot in this map.
If you
We'll
want
call
to
that
utilizing it.
Tiago's cubby.
Tiago's
Yeah.
cubby.
The
If you
new
wanna-
call-out.
if you want to
Yeah.
find a kill, go to Tiago's
Where
cubby
are
because
you?
there's probably going to be something.
I'm at
Tiago's
Tiago's.
place.
It's not Zims anymore, guys. Move
Tiago's.
over. It's time for Tiago.
It's Zim's department store and Tiago's parking lot.
It's a great spot.
Ooh, Silva had
Full
blown up
coverage.
right in his car. Body bag falling to the ground.
We're in the top 20 right now. This is getting excited.
Now
All
notice
right.
all these players, SMK, Tox, Toxic Money, Esquio, Ovador, are all going to have to move south toward the river and, you know, get forced. This gas is no joke at this stage of the game. It's going to be doing a lot of damage. See, not many players. Goiano actually right in the
Right
dead
in the
center.
middle of the water.
Probably like pretending to be a rock or something,
a
hanging
rock.
out. You know?
Toxic Money is looping around. No, he's pushing through the players.
And this is going to be interesting. Wait a minute.
Everyone's getting funneled into the safe zone. Everyone's getting.
I don't know if that was a mistake or my eyes deceiving
I
me, but
also saw that.
two
Mhm.
Goianos instance in this game might be an L. Not sure, but there is two players. Now,
And the river as well, north.
yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, there's two Goianos in the game
I saw
now.
that too.
Remember, guys, if you changed your name, you are
You're out of luck.
you are risking a lot giving up those points.
Especially in the top 20 right now.
I'm definitely not sure. It's probably Goiano and Golano, and they're just, you know, maybe trying to be a little deceptive.
These tree line
Splash
fights along the
Loco.
river.
Gas coming in. Oh,
Going
this,
down.
This is a dangerous situation. Even though he won the fight, he's not out of danger yet because
Yeah.
the gas is coming in. It's going to be
Fast.
dealing like triple damage.
He
And
might
he's
SMK
bleeding.
might go down here. It looks like he got either a procoagulant off to stop the bleeding. He's just gonna run. He is not healing up. That was only a bleed stop, so he's gonna have to, you know, take some time to get a med kit on.
Tokes.
Gabriel Batista
Toxic
finding
Money
himself
just
by
got taken out
Tox.
by a frag grenade. Toxic Money, the man who was able to survive so much trauma in the last game, unfortunately getting taken out in 19th place. Shotgun fight happening in the garage, and
Tox
Tox
taking the
took
kill
it out
and
as well.
They're gonna have to run. That area is not
It's
safe.
going to be engaged real soon. I mean, distance-wise, they probably have 100 or 200 meters to
The hip
Wow.
fire train's coming out.
No.
Trunks going down. Enzo FPS going down. Renzow taking out SMK, who was not able to heal up through the gas. Renzow being at 20 HP and lowering right on the gas line, finding himself in a tough spot here. A player could definitely pick him off if they see him. Shots are coming out. Nelson taking out Tox coming out of the gas.
that tree.
All these players pushing late are definitely sealing their fate here. Esquio Vadador at 1 HP
One
and
shot.
lowering behind the
is he gonna bleed
rod.
out? Is he going to bleed out, or is he going to get a
Goiana
healer?
has a shot. Nelson going for the like the aerial frag grenade here, throwing it
He's
up in the
doing it.
sky. Gas
I don't
grenade.
know.
Oh! And
He did it.
He actually was taken out from Goiana in the river. Definitely
Right
a good
before
peek.
that was like a double whammy. He was going to die from the
Exactly.
pinch, or he was going to die from the toxic, or from the gas nade. Safe Zone is pushing back over to the northwest side of the river, which
Yeah.
means everybody on the east, Daff, Crypt, all of those players over on the east side, they're going to have to cross over.
Now, this is
The belly of
interesting
the
because
river.
these players, it's almost a completely new top 10 than we've seen in the previous games.
Yeah.
There's almost no, you know, returning players. This is like almost a completely new top 10.
Now
Yes.
Nelson, who's on the north side of the circle, I feel like he has a great advantage. He was up there first, and he's up there right now. I'm sure we'll go to him in a
He's
second.
got great position.
Renzow
Yeah.
pushing up behind Nelson, though, and Goiana at his back as well. Nelson could be in a tough spot
Nelson
here.
might get
Is
picked here,
he?
and
Renzow
Nelson is going to have to
sees
kill
him.
one of the two players real
See,
quick.
taking 2 shots from behind from the river. Goiana hitting the back shots. Nelson choosing to
Smoke
take the
nade.
fight
That's
in
smart.
front of him.
That's smart.
He's trying to block off the river to give himself ample time to heal. Renzao also taking shots, using the opportunity to heal as well throughout the smoke grenade.
That's a smart play. Like, smoke grenades not only block off sight, so they can like keep you from getting pinched from a particular site, but they can also simply buy you time. If you throw a smoke grenade on yourself, you can stay in the safe, or you can stay in the safety of the smoke grenade.
Usadio de Drogas taking out King's Nico, blowing up his car actually that was on his side and taking him out of the game. Top 10.
It's official. Goiano is still in the game. And a beautiful leaf falls across the screen.
You know, players are going down. Kryptons is taken out by Rato de Global. Math R, who was the, clutch of the game so far, is taken out. Flashbang hitting Renzao, and I think Renzao, unfortunately...
Renzao is helmetless, running down to 3. Is Nelson going to be able to finish it out? Renzao got pushed into a horrible situation really, really quickly.
Looks like Renzao hit a little stutter right there.
Renzao, is he going to be able
Nelson
to fight back?
Down.
He's not. Nelson is
He's
able to
finding
hold
the
his
face
OP
in the dirt.
spot. Nelson's got some confidence. I don't know if Nelson knows that there's a player at the rock right next to him. He might only know that there's a player across the river, but there's also that player that's very, very close to him.
This is going to be interesting. 7 players remaining.
It's
Looks like
Goiana and Goiano. Looks like.
Oh,
Looks like we have.
It's a happy family.
Yeah, we have
That's
two.
actually pretty romantic.
Let's see if it's
A couple
1v1
that plays
situation.
H1Z1 together.
Imagine
They'll
this,
make
like,
it.
Can you imagine?
what if they get in a 1v1 situation and they don't kill each other?
They'll
what
both
do we
eat
do?
the berries.
Oh, Ron. We have Ron in the campers. Remember,
Ron's
Ron
still
was
here?
inside the
Ron,
house.
Ron
He
is a survivor.
Ron is
Burgundy.
definitely playing for late game. Nelson having the superior positioning. All the players on the west side of the river are going to be forced over, or at least forced out into the open here.
Goiana is
sitting
pushing.
there on an ATV, unaware of the
Ron
one-shot
is
Goiana.
hot wiring
Ron,
the
no.
car. Goiana is
No,
probably
Ron.
going to take
Ron
him. Oh,
makes
he's
it.
running away. Goiana
Wow.
takes the cabin. Goiana takes Ron's cabin as Ron rides off to safety. Well, yeah.
Is Ron the guy that was hiding in the bushes last game? I'm not sure.
I hope he was, but I don't think he was. I would love
Look
it
at
if that
this.
were to be
This
the case.
is beautiful movement. This player's definitely experienced taking the time to strafe, move, and avoid as many shots
Look at
as
that.
he can. Trying to
Ron
preserve
is right in
his
the middle.
armor.
Goiano is right in the middle. Goiana is
Ramo
over by the
Nikov
trailers.
Definitely in the worst spot here next to Goiana. Both players are being forced by the gas. Goiana gets lucky, finds the car in
in pretty
beat-up
bad
condition,
shape.
but hey, it'll get you from point A to point B.
Oh, holy bean dip. Rato is in a damaged vehicle in the gas now, trying to escape. We got a close range fight. Is Goiano going to be able to take him
Nelson
out?
just
Goiana.
free range of shots. Sees Usadio on his right. Definitely aware of that player. Goiana running into the gas. Goiano taking out Roman
This
Nikov.
is so confusing.
Goiana pushing up and taking out of the game. Both Goiano and Goiana taking out at the same time. How
hey,
beautiful.
They
so
went
romantic.
together. Yes.
They went together.
6th place and 7th
Nelson
place, I
still
believe.
with the advantage.
Nelson
in the
has
north
this
end.
incredible spot.
Yeah.
Notice how
Very
Goiano is
spot.
also one shot in the smoke grenade.
What is
5
Ron
players
doing?
left. Ron hiding. Raza the Global pushing into the smoke. Definitely in the worst spot here. Nelson taking shots at Usadio. Raza the Global at 50% HP, prone in the water. Ron not aware of his presence, pushing out in the
Ron.
open.
Ron.
This
Ron! He's right there,
Ron's
Ron!
not even shooting.
Oh,
Ron is down.
Ron misses his shots.
He
Ron,
He was able to survive
unfortunately.
for so long, from bush to garage to 5th
I
place.
think he was asking if he needed some help. I'm not sure.
That was a
I'm
little rough
frowning.
there. And, you know, Raza the Global was even prone on the ground, had to get up and still took that fight.
All right, guys, it's gonna come down to the wire. It kind of, we got a 2v2 happening on both sides of the river right now. But also, like I said before, you can still see the players that are across the river. They're just really, really far away.
Goiano's down.
Goiano
got pinched between Nelson and Daff. Remo.
Nelson is playing quite well.
Raza the Global securing
Holding that
himself,
position.
you know, a little smoke wall here on a rock. Usadio, you know, is actually in a pretty powerful spot. He has the ability to control both fights if he needs to. You know, he can always block one side off and take a 1v1. Looks like he's trying to eliminate Nelson from the ground. Frag grenades in his hand.
Yep.
Coming out from Nelson is where Nelson aware of the push. Looks like both grenades are unaffected to the players.
My bet, I hope I'm not applying the cursor cast here, but my bet is on Nelson here. Nelson.
I'm going to have to say Usadio has been playing this game beautiful. His movement is crisp. He's
It's
smart.
true.
He's making
He's
really
pinched
excellent
between the last 2
decisions.
players, though.
He
the
is
player in the
pinched.
river.
He doesn't have a tree.
But Nelson is
Oh,
the furthest
shoot.
away from the safe zone. He is going to have to leave immediately, putting himself in the open.
Nelson's in a bad
Usadio
spot. If I was
is definitely
If I was
playing this
Nelson,
well.
I would go down into the riverbank like he's doing and
Yeah.
slowly work his way up, and hopefully the last 2 players will fight each other before he has to fight them.
Nelson actually hit a shot onto Usadio, putting him at severe bleeding, 75 HP
He
and
sees-
low
oh,
rate.
oh,
Gas is moving, finding himself
Nelson,
between
Nelson.
both players. Usanio looks like he's
Usanio
going
was
down
to one
here.
shot, and he's in between the last two players. Nelson played that beautifully. He got himself out of danger, and he's pitting the two players
Wow.
against each other. He
Ooh,
manipulated the safe zone
Usanio is
enough.
alive, prone on the tree. He's not out yet. Don't count him out. Nelson bleeding on Gaslight.
Oh, and he gets
And
taken
Rato
out.
the Global finally securing the kill on Usanio. 1v1
now a
between
1v1.
Rato and Nelson. Nelson having to push into Rato. Despite
Nelson has the riverbank, though. He has
That's
the
true.
OP riverbank.
He does have a beautiful spot. Rato is at 60 HP, rising quickly due to healing. And we're going to have to see how this plays out. Safe zone is about to close. Looks
Nelson,
like
break the
Nelson made
cursor
it in.
cast, please.
Nelson has a beautiful spot. Rato the Global providing a smoke grenade either as a way
Or
to
a
stop
gas
him from
grenade.
peeking, or gas grenade to stop him from peeking.
Oh, he doesn't know that
Nelson's
Nelson's coming up right
coming up.
behind him when he has a Molotov out.
Oh,
Nelson pushed at
wow.
the perfect time and got the
Nelson
kill
with a
on
win.
Rato.
Well
that was
done.
incredible.
Well done.
Nelson with the decision-making abilities of a
Fantastic.
Sherlock
Definitely.
Holmes.
Yeah.
Nelson had
Ooh.
beautiful positioning that game. From holding the
Ooh.
northwest by Zims, holding that down, that was insane. Masa with the pistol plays,
Okay.
all the players
Okay.
and one going out early. Like, what a surprising game. I think
was,
it
yeah.
was